is George. Remember me? I was once the demon of Kristen's dreams. Now, how about I'm yours? There's a saying that a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. Do you want to know what's coming this season on Evil? Are you absolutely sure?
We're going to be parents.
In 38 days, a child will be born.
They will sing hymns in your honor, the mother of the living Antichrist.
That level of crazy?
It's biblical, so yes.
We've already hunted werewolves and demons. Are we now hunting witches?
Okie dokie.
What happens if the Antichrist is baptized?
Who's the Antichrist?
Timothy, 3-month-old baby.
Let's just give him an exorcism.
There's just so much more. No need to be afraid. This season, you'll have me right there with you. In your dreams. Promise. See you again soon.
And welcome everybody to another show of Evil Discussion Season 3. We're going to finish it out today. I'm so excited because we finally have our day, Dana. Season 4 is here. It's coming in May. We knew that, but now we have an official date. It's 23rd.
I know.
Wait. So excited.
23rd. Let's go.
We got a trailer that came out this week, I believe. Oh man, they're finally giving us what we wanted.
I know. We've only been asking for what, months now?
I know, right? I was scared there for a little bit. I thought they might just like, oh, nope, sorry, at the last minute. The Paramount was just like, no, but they're giving it to us. We're finally going to get it. We have a day. And so now we're going to finish out Season 3 today and set up to kind of see what everybody thinks Season 4 is going to give us. I mean, just from that little bit in the intro, that was some of the trailer. For Season 4, we do get the possible Antichrist. Poor Kristen. She don't get a break.
That poor lady. She just don't. Yeah, it's just one thing after another.
Yeah, she just plagued with all kinds of nice, fun Leland friends.
Poor Kristen.
But yeah, guys, we are going to dive into it. Let me get my screenshots up. And thank you, everybody. I know we are doing a different time, still filling out our times on what we were going to do with Evil, particularly when Season 4 comes out. And I believe that's on a Thursday, so I think we're going to try to do Thursday night streams and talk about that week's, like the show that comes out on that day. So we're going to try for that. But we'll see. We might even do like a pre-show during the day and then do a night stream too. We'll see.
Yes, we'll figure it out.
Let me get these pulled up.
It's going to be interesting. I'll tell you that. It's definitely going to be interesting to see where they take it.
Oh, yeah. Always. Of course, it would not be one of our Evil streams if things were working correctly, Dana.
Of course.
Okay, well, in good tradition, I'll pop out and be right back.
No worries. Yes, we're very excited. We finally got a date. We got a trailer. We got all goodies to pick through and enjoy. And let's see what happens when we go down the evil rabbit hole. It's going to be fun to see what happens.
Yes.
It's definitely going to be fun to see what happens. But I'm shocked. I didn't know if they were going to go the Antichrist route. I wasn't sure if they were going to do that just because, it is a generic kind of thing to do when you're talking about angels, demons, and all this stuff. But the trailer makes it look like it's going to be really funny. So I'm interested to see what they do with this little baby.
All right, let's see. Maybe it will let me do it this time.
What's up, Percy?
Hey,
Thanks for
Percy.
joining.
I think I got it now, Dana. It just, it's third time's the charm.
Wouldn't be evil without our magic.
I swear. Oh man, just another fun day with StreamYard. All right, guys. So here we are, and we are on episode. Oh my goodness, we are on episode 6, and I've totally lost my brain now, Dana.
I have to, between Shogun last night and dealing with stuff, it's like, oh, gotta get the brain functioning again. Gotta get the brain working. Gotta get the brain working.
I know.
Wake and bake, people. Wake and bake.
This is the Demon of Algorithms. I believe that is episode 6. So we are going to see our little pop-up book as always. I love our pop-up book.
Yes, I love how with the pop-up book this season, it got so much more animated with the book, and I love that about it. Like, before we just got, like, the pullouts, and she couldn't, like, whoever was opening it could make stuff move, but now the book is, like, almost alive itself, and it's so cool. I can't wait to see what they do with the book for the final season.
I know, right? And this is fun, too, because, like I said, a lot of these kind of hit home to what, some of us kind of enjoy. We love us some YouTube, and that old algorithm it's a little fickle thing. So who knows? Maybe they know something a little more than we do.
Watching this episode, I definitely understand when they all start getting like the notifications on their phone. They're watching the videos. Like, you become so obsessed at times, you don't even realize like you've literally been staring at your phone for an hour.
I know, right? And just what people do just for these TikTok videos, as we see with this young lady here, we're going to find out that she's basically doing TikTok videos to appear demonic, but really, she thinks what she's doing is real. She's mimicking others, or basically a magician.
Yep.
And he's not letting people know, these are magician tricks. It's basically an illusion. The things that he's using aren't real. They're props that are made to, make it look like you're eating glass and all kinds of stuff. So, but she's actually doing this stuff to her, thinking that she's going to get clicks and views. And this is how you do it, right? So she's all on TikTok, so she decides to create hers. And at this point, it's gotten to the point where her mom thinks she's legitimately possessed, and they have called the gang in to investigate.
As Ben would say, clout chasing.
Yes, it is the worst. I mean, it is the worst, and it is out there. I mean, it's definitely out there in the world, pretty big these days, and especially with misinformation and people not understanding. Like, what, don't trust everything you watch, and know that, yes, some things are true, but a lot of things put out there may not be.
Pretty much.
Anything for clout. And this one was kind of heartbreaking, because these are it's kind of showing how the younger generation is watching these videos and not having the full understanding that what they're watching is probably doctored, faked in some way. But yet they're seeing it as real, and they're going out there and doing it, thinking, oh, this is something that people are really doing.
Yes.
And really it's not. It's more fake. And theirs is called VidTap.
And especially when it comes to they're doing stupid shit that could actually harm themselves sometimes, that I am just I don't understand.
She is really she's not portraying eating glass. She was really eating glass, and the cuts were real. And so they're like, well, okay, well, this is, at the very least, it's definitely crazy. So yeah, they go looking into it. And I believe Ben has a friend that works at the company on VidTap.
Yes. When we get to the mom who's saying her house has a ghost.
Daughter energy as always. Gotta love that daughter energy.
Pretty much.
And yes, of course, we're still dealing with Leland and all of his craziness. So I believe this is when Mom is trying to enforce to them some emergency sort of procedures in case you run into Leland again.
Yes, because I believe Leland got out of the restraining order, and the priest was basically telling her like, "Oh, we investigated and it was just a simple misunderstanding." And
Like he was
Kristen,
asked to be at the school by the
yep,
principal, but still, and that he will no longer be around the children or something like that. I'm like, yeah, right, dude.
pretty much.
So they are going on the defensive. We're gonna
Yep.
get ready for Leland because he is definitely coming after one of the girls.
Yes, and I love how the little girls themselves, they start to plot their own little
Mhm.
revenge scheme. And they
Yeah,
go
I
back
know.
into this, I
The
forget.
app, Bumblebee
Yep,
app. It's the
yep.
Bumblebee app. It's so funny.
I love how they take matters into their own hands and they're like, you know what? Mom can't get them, so we're going to get them.
And they do. They troll him and they
Oh,
get
it's
oh, it's
hilarious.
so good. They basically get, the clips of him saying certain stuff and tell everybody on this app who he is, where he is. It just, man, they expose Leland and it is so good.
It is. Smart little girls.
And this woman here and her, I mean, I don't understand the mini margaritas anymore.
It's probably like 12 in the afternoon at this point. Kristen's kind of
She's sitting here watching these VidTap videos and kicking back some mini margaritas.
pretty much.
Oh, God, those things have to taste horrible though. Because I've had some of those, like, what is it? The margarita. I don't remember if they're like, I forget which kind of the little cocktail beers and stuff. And they're interesting to say the least.
They're not the best tasting things in the world.
And I think hers is like the cheap version too, because she's trying to be
Yeah,
economical.
like the store brand.
So it's like the worst ever. It's like, oh my God.
It's the
I would just
generic
as soon
version.
I would just as soon get a bottle of vodka and just drink that.
Seriously, get a case of like 100 for like $2 because it tastes like garbage.
Oh man. But yeah, so she's looking, and of course we find all these videos of people seemingly mimicking possessions.
Yeah,
And it's pretty crazy.
it is. There's a bunch. There's crazy people in the world. I think we're outnumbered from crazy.
Maybe a little bit. Who knows? Maybe we're the crazy ones, Dana. We
I know.
don't understand.
Scarlett, I was just gonna say that. Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe we're just the crazy ones.
So yeah, I think they're going through and they find this guy. I believe Ben finds him. Is this the magician? I'm trying to remember if he was the magician.
Yes, that's the magician. And he actually is like, he does all this stuff and he has so many followers and people are just recreating what he's doing, not knowing that he's doing it with fake stuff, but these dumb people are going out actually eating glass.
And Ben, he's, because he's going to figure it out. He knows there's trickery in the world. He's aware of all these sort of, especially when it comes to tech stuff. Or just, the videos and stuff. He knows, he can kind of tell the difference when things are real and fake. And you can tell really if you look at the amount of blood that comes out of the guy's mouth. It's very much so what you think of when you see them like showing you the movie glass or whatever. And then he gets little capsules and it just seems so real.
And then the best is people actually get mad at him for disproving all this stuff. I'm like, you know how many kids or people he just brought like awareness to, and it actually probably saved a couple of people. You know how dangerous it is to eat glass? Like, you swallow a piece of fucking glass and it cuts like anything. Like, people are stupid, Scarlett. I'm sorry. People are so stupid.
Yeah, because he ups, because Ben, after this, dealing with this case, he's like, this is some really bad misinformation out there. So he goes on VidTap and uploads a video pretty much showing what this guy's doing to portray a demonic possession.
Yes.
And so Ben, all these people are coming at him saying, that they're real. And it's not, Ben's not trying to, I think, completely say that possessions aren't real. Just be careful.
Yes.
Of what you are watching and know that there are people out there that are doing things for clout, for trolling. Like there's all kinds of reasons for people to post stuff and don't just assume things.
Yes. Be careful what you emulate, because just because you're doing something, you don't know whether it's fake or real, the person that you're trying to copy.
I mean, they just come at him and he's showing it off. Like he's even showing how you can do the levitation and it's all perspective. shows the blood with the capsules and the glass, and these people are just livid. They are going after him, and they are just giving him the thumbs down. Or what, I don't even remember, what do they got on here? Let's see. Yeah, giving him the thumbs down. I don't know what other bad ones they got on their VidTap app. I don't do TikTok, so I don't know the little
I don't either. I can barely
But-
understand Discord.
I know. But they were going after him, and then Kristen, with them dealing with the case, each one of them sort of got the app to check it out and see what's going on. And Kristen's also getting these videos, and they start off, I believe, as just normal kind of mom videos.
Yep.
Where you talk about kids and you're talking about kind of happy, upbeat. And as she's watching, she gets kind of these, they're less than happy. Like this one, it kind of starts off with this lady showing you how to make a margarita for moms. And it was funny.
That's
It
right.
was so funny.
The pop rock margarita.
Yes, she makes a pop rock margarita, trying to make it fun. And we've seen these videos, right? I know everybody's seen videos where people are trying to do these weird drinks and stuff. And some of them are fun, actually. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yes.
I've watched some of those videos too. But
it's almost like the videos start very nice and like normal. You're getting notifications of things you might like, and then all of a sudden the videos just start to turn friggin' dark.
Mm-hmm. It does it pretty quickly, actually. They end up, I think, even David, all three of them.
Yep, he starts getting videos of like other priests, I believe, talking and doing stuff. So it's almost like each of them are getting videos almost
Catered to
narrated.
them.
Yes, catered. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for.
Because it's the algorithm. The algorithm picks up subtle things that you don't even pick up, supposedly. And it caters the videos to, whether it's good or bad, if you even glance at it for a second, it considers that you were into it. So if you're scrolling through and you stop on a video and say you stopped on one that is negative and you only watched it for 2 seconds, the algorithm says, well, there was something there you liked, even if it was 2 seconds. So it starts pushing it. And the more it pushes it, the more you see it, the more it's going to push it further, right?
Yeah.
It's just a weird sort of spiral. And of course, you don't have to watch it, right? You could swipe. I don't know. Can you swipe right?
Yeah, I'm
left,
not too
up,
sure how
down?
they're.
You can spin it around, kick it out the door. I don't know. But
I
yeah,
don't know
so
either.
it gets a little dark for him because each one of theirs gets more negative.
Yes.
Ben's got people attacking him for him sort of going after misinformation. David gets these sort of really dark priest videos of, I want to say even suicidal videos. And Kristen's getting these like moms who are just tired of their kids, really like psychotic mom videos, really crazy stuff, really depressive. It just, they're starting to see kind of like, whoa, they're starting to think maybe this app has something more evil to it than just the people who are using it.
That's kind of like the road they go down with it. Like something's got to be up with the app itself. But look, it's like he gets just in like seconds all these notifications. Like it's almost like they're trying to reel them in and make them addicted to it almost.
Mm-hmm.
You almost become addicted to the app itself. Like the app itself is some kind of drug.
Yep. And while Ben's getting attacked, this lady kind of pops in and lets him, and she comes off more sympathetic, almost.
Yes.
Like you're concerned for, because she's telling us like, Ben, I don't know about all this other stuff, but I do know. Basically, I'm dealing with real demonic possession. I mean, if anybody can help me, kind of help.
Yes. She's almost like asking for his help in trying to say, like, I know you're disproving stuff, but then please, like, help, like, disprove this. What do I do?
And she shows him kind of a video of her kids in their room, and I think one kid gets like thrown out of the bed.
Yeah, the beds
are shaking.
It's crazy.
Is this a good part where Leland gets his big reveal, or rather, they reveal Leland?
Yes, it is.
He's so mad. Oh, he could not believe it.
Yes, Leland doesn't have a good episode this episode. He gets really mad. We definitely get to see the angry Leland in this episode.
I love it. They're all together. It's like, this is a grown man. He's in the church. This is his address.
He's like a 60-year-old dude. And they got all their little friends. Like,
Yeah, it was so funny.
they're all ganging up on Leland, and Leland's like, fucking kids.
And he was trying to pretend all the time, no, they're lying on me. That's not true. They're being bullies. And then they start hitting him with like facts, and they show the address and stuff, and he's like, "Oh crap!" He I think he gets ready to like delete it or something, but he doesn't. He just like closes the computers, like, "You little bastards."
Pretty much.
Kids, they do the darndest
Seriously.
things.
Hey, Bitey.
Oh. There you are. What is up, Bitey? Glad to see you hanging with us. Yeah, that was funny though. Yeah, I always love it when the kids, or even as much as I don't like Cheryl sometimes as a character, I love it when she gets her and Kristen, man. I love it when they just kind of get a little bit of comeuppance on Leland. Because he's such a slimy character. I mean, I love him too, don't get me wrong, but man, he is a little slime ball.
Yes, he is.
All right, so here we are. We're going to Scooby-Doo ×2 in this episode because I thought they Scooby-Doo gained it and finished and solved the mystery, but now it's, again, we found out things are a little deeper than what is on the surface.
Yes.
And this lady here, appearing like a concerned mother, very upset and scared and just worried, and we will find out that she is just not as nice of a lady as we think.
Pretty much. Another clout chaser.
And it is the worst of the worst.
Yes, because she uses her kids.
It was horrific ways, because I think her kids honestly don't know that she's behind videos and the trickery that she uses with these videos.
Yeah, no, the kids legit think something's going on. So much so that the older brother puts his baby brother in the dryer to keep him safe. Mm-hmm. He's like, because they see that and they think like maybe they're dealing with another psychopathic kid like they did with the one who tried to drown his baby sister. But no, he was just like, I didn't know where else to put my baby brother to keep him safe. And he's like, I didn't want anything happen to him. So like, I literally put him in there to where and that kind of like tugged on my heartstrings. Like I was just like, he's trying so hard. He didn't know, like, he wasn't trying to put his baby brother in the dryer to hurt him. He was like, I was putting him in there because I didn't know where else to put him to keep him safe. So it's very sad. That was sad. Because they're scared. Like they're legit scared when they're talking
really scared.
to David. Like
on this picture here, their faces.
Yeah, and the little boy then wets himself.
Yeah, like, it was sad. Like, because this mom is horrific, and I mean that was a problem on even YouTube for a little while. So, and probably still is, I imagine. I mean, anytime there's people are just crazy. I mean, it's sad.
Yeah. It is.
But so they're going to investigate, and she's coming off as though the app's doing it. She's pretending like it's the app itself is evil. She's telling them like, I didn't even turn it on. I didn't even set it up. It just did it on its own. And even Ben's kind of like, all right, that's crazy, but we'll go look into it. I got a friend. But meanwhile, Kristen, she's making her new favorite drink, the Pop Rock margaritas, while she's watching her vid tap. Again, reinforcing those negative feelings.
Yep. And this I found funny when she comes across this mom, and the mom's like, I made a list of rules for my kids, and then I go and I turn it over, and they made their own list of rules. And
that's what her kids did too. And to be fair, their rules were pretty good. Now I like the kids' rules.
Yeah. But she gets this like moment of like, no, my kids wouldn't. No, they wouldn't. And yep, she goes like charging upstairs, turns over that fucking board, and yes, they did. They made their own set of fucking rules.
And she erased it and said, nope. Nope. Nice try. Nope. Not happening.
I figured you little shits out.
Mm-hmm.
Big old nope.
And then we got our little friendly Kristen demon of David's back while he's watching the vid tap. Again, making him feel even more like this is something that's probably evil. This is temptation. This is why she's coming back.
Yep.
And that there's something going on, even with the computer, maybe. Who knows? At some point. But
And
all
that's
the
like,
while...
yeah,
go
that's like
ahead.
what their whole discussion is kind of like about. They're like the what is temptation? Like it's
Mhm.
still the evil Kristen is saying like it's still something you can walk away from. Like
Yes.
you don't have to be tempted. It's what you do with the temptation that kind of brings you in. And like the evil Kristen's almost making sense. Like just because you're tempted, you don't need to like latch on to the temptation. You can rise, like almost be above it. And she's kind of looking at him like, but you want this, what you're seeing. So like you have to defeat me as the temptation. And
Mhm.
David's just kind of like stunned in that moment. Like, I get it, but like he's still giving into the temptation that he has for Kristen.
Mhm. And yeah, Percy, talking about it earlier. Yeah, it does remind me of the Changelings and how that the troll guy, yeah, William, everybody said, yeah, he was a good character. And yes, it does remind me of how he was sort of that internet troll and talking about how they were doing the stuff through the internet. They used the internet as well a lot in that show. It was pretty. I actually like Changelings. I thought it was pretty good, even though I know the ending was for a lot maybe less than desired, but I still enjoyed it.
I don't know. I got up to episode 3 and I just stopped watching.
Now it was like I said, it wasn't. I can understand why it wasn't a show for everyone, but you know me, I get into a show, I'm gonna get into it. So, but yeah, Changelings was it was interesting show, interesting take on like fairy lore and stuff like that. It was pretty. It was an interesting ride. We'll just say that. But yeah, so of course we got our nun. She is doing her best to kind of look out for David, and she hears him basically talking to himself. And she's like, "David, yo, who you talking to, man?" And
Yep, she
she
kind of
sees
pops her
him
head
on the
into the
ground.
room.
And she's like, "Whoa, David, what's this? What is this?" Sucking his brain through his ear. And you know what this reminded me of?
What?
Do you remember on I mean, I think they did on Supernatural too, but on Charmed where they had those guys that were like from the future, they're like future demons, they would stick their finger in people's head and like suck out their brain.
Yes.
That's what it kind of reminded me of.
Yes.
Because he is like literally sucking out of his ears brain, sort of. But it's not his brain, it's actually, I think, his good feelings or his hope.
Something like that. I definitely think it's more of an emotion or something he's sucking out in that sense and not his actual brain. Because he wouldn't be able to function if the demon was actually sucking out his brain.
No. But it was still, I just thought of that when I was watching. I was like, oh God, it so reminds me of them. It's funny.
Yep, and our little nun does what our little nun does, and she goes on the attack.
Mm-hmm.
She picks up her Bible and swats at this bug.
Yeah.
She's like, you are not going to take David. Get the fuck out of here.
And David just like pops up like he was awake this whole time. Like, what are you doing? Doing in my room. She's like, David, you know you just had this demon sucking out on your head, right? He's like, what are you talking about? It was funny. It was just a funny thing because David legit was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, he gets all mad, like, leave my room. I told you not to enter my room without permission and da-da-da. I'm like, all right, David. Like, she basically just saved your ass. Take it down a notch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, buddy, you like the ending? Yeah. Changelings wasn't bad. The ending was, man, you seen that big old eyeball. I was hoping for a season 2. And who knows? Maybe they'll still do a season 2, baby. Maybe we'll get a season 2. Probably not, but we'll see. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't actually read to see if they're going to do a season 2. Can we get back? Oh yeah, okay. So he is now here with this is where Leland's trying to apologize or act like he didn't do anything wrong. It wasn't me. They're all lying. Look, they burned down my house.
Yes.
They're
He's
bullies.
like, they're bullies, they're mean. Crying. He's like, look at what they did to my house.
I know. They're getting him though. Poor Leland.
Yep.
He don't know what to do with himself.
Nope. But they go right back on like he is a grown ass man. Do not listen to him. And then I think they're waiting outside of the mom's house and they get a notification. Yeah, they get it. I think they get a notification that she's gone live.
Mm-hmm.
And they're watching.
Gives me such supernatural vibes, like when they used to have to stay outside the house and watch and wait. And then they get to the video. Oh, look at that. Poor kid, man.
Yep, I think it looks like claw marks or something on his back. It was really crazy.
Mm-hmm. Like something scratched him.
Hey Kirby.
What is up, Kirby? Welcome. Welcome. They go running in and find him, and yep, he has got scratches all over him. Like, where did they come from? And they are bad. And that was heartbreaking because when we find out what's really going on, it is just disgusting that basically the mom did all this.
Like, I you're their mother. Like, how you could friggin'. I was so disgusted in that moment.
No, it was hard to watch for sure. Especially like I said, when we get to the end of this part, I'm just thinking, oh my god, is this app really like evil? Like, is it because even throughout the whole show, no matter what we've had that's been proven scientifically, we've still always had that little shred of supernatural lingering to let us still know that there is two sides to this. There's a human element and the supernatural element.
Yep.
So I just assumed, the human element we had already taken care of, right? With the one guy.
Yep.
I assumed this was the supernatural element. And when they revealed that it was the mom, I was just like, oh my God. And I'm sure it still had to do with that. It was just the fact that it's like, the fact that you would allow that, even if it was evil, to take you to that degree of crazy. And I know that's real. That's real in the world. We have that happen all. I wouldn't say every day, but I'm sure it happens.
Yeah.
Too often. One too many.
Yeah, but I was like you for a quick moment. I was like, okay, because I did not suspect the mom at all. Like I was just to think that a mom could do that to their actual children. I was like, that's not where my mind went. My mind went with, okay, what if something's actually up with this fucking app? Does Leland have his friggin' little paws in something? Right? And is it like really demonic and it does this stuff? Like I literally thought this was all friggin' Leland. But no, it's just fucked up people in the world. And then this is where we find out, that Leland's got his little paws in this, and
he's got Andy. This is not Andy.
No, it's not.
Is Leland. So she's talking to Leland, and he's breaking up, and she's having a hard time dealing with the kids, with him not being there, and she's worried about him, and Leland, and she should be, because Leland has him. He's using his tech to basically, AI his way through this sort of conversation with her.
Yep, and I believe Kristen says to him, happy anniversary, and he gets kind of stumped because he doesn't know. He's like, and then he goes and confronts Cheryl, like, why didn't you tell me about, like, an anniversary? Like, how was I supposed to know? And she's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Their anniversary is, like, at so-and-so time.
Like, maybe it's just an anniversary for something small, little whatever.
Yes.
And that's where we see Andy. Because he's going to find out from Andy one way or another. And he's going to torture him and, basically just dripping the water on him is slow torture. And yeah, it's pretty bad. So he's trying to get this information out of Andy. And of course, he's going to use Kristen's mom as well to help. But no, he is, oh God, this was bad.
This is when I looked at Cheryl and I was like, you're a disgusting woman.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, the fact that you would do this to your grandkid's father. I was like, you're evil.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Percy. Yeah. Demons don't need it. They ain't got to do too much. We're making it too easy for them.
That's what's sad and that's what's scary.
Yeah, it is pretty sad, pretty scary.
They don't have to try that hard. People are fucking evil.
We get to the actual VidTap establishment, and here's Ben's friend that works there, and she of course is already aware because Ben's kind of told her a little bit about what's going on. So she's already kind of done her own sort of investigation, looking into the accounts to try to see if there is some sort of hacking or anything going on. And she's telling them, it's basically not possible. Like whatever, that she's the only one that can do this as far as setting it up and hitting, because the app doesn't just go into your phone. It doesn't have access like that. And I was literally thinking of the TikTok stuff that they've been talking about. I'm like, you got access to stuff you shouldn't. You lying. I was for real thinking they were going to go down that rabbit hole, with like what actual TikTok kind of stuff is, or what people talk about TikTok.
Yes.
But no, she is assuring them that no, it's an algorithm. And Kristen's even, I think, at some point asked them about, why am I getting all these weird videos? And she's like, explains to them how the algorithm works and how the algorithm is not biased. It's going based off how long you look at something. Did you just completely scroll past it? Did you even look at it for a second? Yeah, so she does. She tells, this is where she shows the original videos that were uploaded into her account and then edited.
Yes. She kind of goes up to Ben like, I know you want to find something like in our app that could explain this. She's like, but you need to really take a closer look at the woman you're investigating. Like you struck out on this one. It ain't us, pal.
Yep. And it shows her trickery. How she set up the strings on the bed. How she comes in and basically hurts them and then pretends like she's not. She scratches them or whatever. I forgot what she scratches them with even.
Like a fucking garden tool.
Yeah, garden tool. Oh God, Dana, just like in the last or the other episode we're going to get into, that's what that dude used on his wife to get Kristen's supposedly baby out.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, is that like the tool of choice here? Like what is that?
Well, what a fucked up mom.
Creepy. That is
what
crazy.
A fucked up mother.
And yeah, Kristen, any mom watching that would just be horrified. Because honestly, when you're watching this episode, up until this point, that lady played a very good, like, scared mother, like truly scared, not understanding, like, oh my God, my family, my kids.
Oh yeah, the award goes to.
It's horrific. So yeah, they're going to get her. We're going to get her. And she is absolutely nuts. So yeah, they come in to confront her and they're like basically letting her know at some point, like, look, the jig's up, lady. We know what's going on here. And she starts acting like she's possessed now. While she's like pretending like she's starting to get possessed, but then fumbles with the phone and like tries to set it up while she's like making these weird noises.
Seriously, and Ben's like, what the fuck are you doing, lady? Like, really? Like, and David's like, are you really gonna record this? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm possessed by the app. And yeah, it was the most hilarious thing, but yet her setup was hilarious, but what she is and what she's doing was tragic.
But the sadder part is that as this is being recorded, she's getting tons of likes and hearts. So there's just as many fucking delusional, deranged fucking people out there liking this shit.
Yeah, but she goes crazy, full crazy, pulls the scissors. And yeah, people, like you said, they're loving it. Who doesn't love watching a crazy lady go psychopathic on people?
I mean, look at that. Like, it's fucking insane. It is fucking insane. You're just as fucking evil and crazy for liking this video as the mom was creating them.
Yeah, that it was sad. So yeah, she's bad mom of the year times a million. Super evil, disgusting. But so we get to it, and this is kind of the good part of the episode. All that other really heartbreaking stuff to finally kind of get a dig at Leland, because this is what takes Leland out of the church.
Yep.
He is no longer gets to hang out in the church and assess over Kristen or try to, be there to look over them for, legal purposes or whatever.
Pretty much.
And he finds what the girls had put out there, confronts Leland about it, and is like, yeah, your services are no longer needed.
Have a good one. Leland just doesn't know what to do. He's trying to get out of it, but yeah, he couldn't get out of this one. He comes back pissed.
Fuck, he's like them fucking kids, man. He's like throwing stuff around. He is throwing a full-on tantrum.
He like shatters his fucking desk and he is just mad. But I enjoyed that, watching him get mad. I was like, hee.
What is this, Bitey? Try Black Mirror hated in the nation. It's a good one for social media haters. Ah. Alright. Well, there you go, guys. And Bitey usually has good suggestions.
Yeah, Bitey, is that the one where the lady gets like arrested and it's like prison? Is that the episode you're talking about?
I haven't seen it, so I'll definitely. I mean, usually if Bitey has a suggestion,
if it is that
I check
one, it's
it
a
out.
really good one.
Because yeah, dude's always giving us some of the greatest movies. Okay, no. We'll have to look that one up later for sure.
Yeah, now I have to too, because I've seen all the Black Mirrors, but it's not ringing a bell.
What is up, Hiawatha? Thank you for joining us. We are just getting into Leland's tantrum. The kiddos outmaneuvered Leland once again. Can't wait to see how they do it in season 4. I really can't. I want to see them outmaneuver him and his tantrums that he has.
And now he's got a baby of his own.
I know, right? Percy says, what's that goat man that talks to Leland, or is that over? Which are you talking about? His therapist goat man? Or are you there's a few goat looking dudes. Are you talking about the manager at Daffodil? Which goat horned demon are we referring to? Or goat man? I'm assuming you're talking about his therapist, because he cooked that guy. He killed him and cooked him for Cheryl.
Yes, they had goat stew.
Now, are you talking about the guy that we're fixing to get to? I think it'll be coming up in a minute. That's when we get to Kurt. When Kurt sees Leland, when Leland's I think Kurt's leaving or something, and he was at the church.
Yes.
I think he was talking to Sister Andrea.
Yes.
That goat dude, we haven't. Yeah, I think we'll get to him in a minute. A lot of goat people. Oh, but this was cute. The girls saw it. That mom saw what they did, and they sorry, love you, mom. Because, the girls is really good kids.
Yes, there's a few goat men, Percy. There's a few of them floating around.
Yeah, there's a few. Yeah, but all right, you just start season 2. So yeah, you're probably talking about possibly the one that he goes to his therapist.
Yeah,
it's weird. Yes, I'm sorry. I probably just spoiled that for you, Percy. I did not realize that you hadn't seen all of season 2 yet. My bad. But yeah, he gets.
You got to catch up so you can get into season 4 with us. May 23rd. May 23rd.
I know, it's right around the corner, guys. We are a little over a month away.
I know, best birthday gift ever, day before my birthday.
Right. That's right, Dana. It is all for your birthday.
See? At least we're going to get something good out of it.
So yeah, guys, we are gonna celebrate her birthday and Evil for like those few days. We're definitely gonna be doing some streams, some hangout streams, all kinds of stuff, guys.
We're gonna party together for my birthday.
Oh yeah, who knows? Might even try to. No, might buy me a few drinks to have. But yeah.
You said it before I could. You
Who knows,
literally said
guys?
it before I could.
We might have a really good, might have a little more fun than we normally do. Who knows?
You might get to see us with a few drinks in us this time.
Oh, okay, Percy. Yeah, that's his therapist. Yeah, he's got a demon therapist. But yeah, it's funny. You'll see. You'll get to it. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun, man. I don't want to spoil it for you. It gets really good.
Yes.
What he does. It's Leland's always ends up with some of the funniest.
Yep.
Like, I don't know, he's so evil, but it's so funny. But yeah, this was so with Cheryl again. She's kind of in Leland's little group now. She's been brought in, and she's now having to do all these different things. A part of it is taking care of Andy while he's in this sort of comatose state. And I don't know what they have him on, to be quite. I don't think they ever explained it.
No, they didn't.
But I know that in the end he ends up with amnesia and other stuff. So it's definitely, it's interesting. I mean, because they've got him basically, I think whatever they gave him is similar to what they gave her, Cheryl, when she was kind of numb but still coherent.
I kind of thought the same thing. That it was this whatever they used on Cheryl to first dope her up to inject her with that serum, that they basically have him on the same thing.
Yes, TV drugs. They are mysterious, Spidey. Apparently they work very well because, I mean, dude, he's kind of preserved there all right. He doesn't seem to be in too much pain.
Nope,
again,
say no.
I don't think he could show. I don't think he could show it anyways. Hey, Lieutenant Hughes, what is up, my friend? Glad to see you. Stopping by. Well, welcome. God, poor Andy, man. I mean, I'm sorry. He may not always be
the poor dude.
The nicest dude. God bless. He don't deserve this. Cheryl, you a dirty, dirty lady, Cheryl. This chick here, she is a dirty, dirty witch.
Yep. And it's just he's conscious and aware during this whole thing, and it's just heartbreaking. It's just heartbreaking.
Erase his memory coming up in a few episodes when they get to. That's good when he gets to come back. Kids got him again. Kids get Leland at every turn.
If he only knew that his kid saved his fucking life.
I know, right? But that was episode 6, The Demon of Algorithms. And I think the cops end up coming for the one chick. I'm sure they turned her into the police.
I would assume you ain't keeping your kids after that shit.
No.
It's sad. It's sad to think like the kids are going to be taken from her, but that's a situation where, yeah, they need it to be taken. Because how far would she have taken that? Like, really? She literally took a fucking garden tool to her kid's fucking back. Like, what else would you be willing to do?
Mm-hmm. Man, man, these episodes, though, they hit on some stuff that a lot of people see nowadays, or at least when, being on the internet and stuff, you see some of these things, and they definitely make you think twice about how we view things, how we interact and participate with some of this stuff. I mean, it got me thinking twice.
It really does. And especially in this like new age time with like all this technology and shit, like it's a different fucking world. It's a different fucking world. Before you only had to worry about the crazy people like out there, and you could kind of teach your kids how to almost try to stay safe. But what are you doing on a computer? Like, I don't know. You parents, I give you guys credit.
Oh, it is a scary world out there, but you just got to do what you can to teach them and hope you can protect them as best as you can.
Give you guys credit.
But so it was good episode. Again, another heartbreaking one, and what's revealed about sort of the human psychology. And this one is, this whole season, Dana, is like packed with just crazy.
It really is.
I mean, clearly the demon of cults. I mean, why would we not have an episode about some cults? I mean, this is an evil show. And I shouldn't say I love it, but when they did the Demon of Cults in the pop-up book, they show pretty much all of religion as a cult.
Yes,
And that was just, sorry, I laughed.
I did too. Because you can understand the argument.
Yeah.
Like, you really could. Why wouldn't religion also almost be considered a cult? Look at how many wars are waged in the name of religion and evil things done in the name of whatever god you're worshiping. It's crazy to think about.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, maybe about 30 years ago, you'd be good with having kids. Nowadays, you gotta be real careful out there with your kids. Yeah, there's just, there's a lot of dangers out there. People have got to be aware. Keep your head on swivel, and just do what you can.
Well, because the bad guys can get to kids so much easier with the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when there was no internet, like, yeah, you dealt with things, but now, like, kids can be targeted way easier on the
Yeah.
computer. You ever see
just
that
having
show?
cell phones. I mean,
You ever
I
seen that
have to
show,
battle
What
with
Would You
that.
Do?
Yeah.
It's the show where the guy goes around, like, just testing people, like, what would you do if you see these? And one of the issues was, one of the scenes they set up was like this 12-year-old or a young kid waiting at a restaurant for a person they met online. And, like, what would you do if you saw this little kid sitting there and this grown-ass person comes in? And luckily, it gave me a little more faith in the world because none of the people who were in that area let the child go with the adult. So it at least gave me a little faith that maybe if this did happen, people would stand up for the kid. But that's how these kids get kidnapped. They just meet up thinking they're meeting up with somebody their age or whatever, and in comes this grown up, and there you go.
It's definitely dangerous out there. And this was, again, I mean, this is interesting too because Leland is grooming or attempting to groom Lexi.
Yes.
And that is part of this. And David at first doesn't completely understand, but again, he's working with LeConte and the church, aka the entity, and he has got a mission for him. He's got this little trinket here that he needs to put in a room, and it happens to be Kristen's daughter's room. He is going to ask him to basically, this is to watch her, essentially.
Yes. Like a little spy camera. And
because
that's like,
they know what's going on with her. They know that she is one of the RMS children from the clinic. They know Leland is targeting her, and this is just based off what little bit of what they know and really what David and them have told them.
Yep. And David is like, he basically says no. Like, he's like, I'm not going to do this for you. Like, nope, you cannot get me. I don't care. Then I won't work for you people no more. He's like, I am not going to cross this line. And he doesn't do it. But later in the episode, we find out that they still did it.
Yep. And yeah, Percy, yeah, it's even, I mean, it is hard for parents because, there are kids out there who do have it. Just like, I mean, it's even more dangerous. You got to think back in the day, if a kid had a video game system, that was graphic and only certain kids had it, and then as a parent, you're thinking, oh my God, I wish they wouldn't give their kids that, so I have to deal with this. But again, now it's phones and computers and the internet and all the social media stuff. Yeah, it is hard. I mean, I ain't lie, my kid don't have a phone yet, and I struggle to give her one because other than just for fun, she, with our situation, she doesn't need it. When it is necessary, or I feel she's old enough and mature enough to handle it, then yeah, I'll let her have one. But it is hard when knowing a lot of other kids do have these things, and they may have them for particular reasons, right? Because everybody's family is different. Some kids do need to have that because they may not, like, you got to think, we don't have house phones anymore. Most people don't.
Yes.
So, if you do have a child who's coming home after school or something that's old enough to come home by themselves, I would want to be able to call my child when they get home if I'm not there, making sure, hey, did you get in the house? You good? You safe? Everything good? You doing your homework? I'm gonna call you in 5 minutes, kind of thing.
Yep.
So yeah, so it is hard to, and especially for kids to understand. Others have something, and knowing that you may not be able to have it right now, and there's reasons, and you may not fully understand those reasons, and
Yep.
just know it is for your protection, and you got plenty of time, hopefully, in this world to go through life and experience these things at the proper time, because we are growing up a little fast nowadays. Which I guess I say that, but be truth, it's not really growing up. We're always growing up fast, right? Because there's always something new. There's always something in society that it's new, but it's dangerous and it's good all at once kind of thing, because innovation, and with that comes dangers and things that you have to take care of and know, growing pains and all kinds of stuff that we have to learn in society to say, okay, are we going to regulate this? Where does the regulation come in at? And where do you decide, what is acceptable and not acceptable? But that's life, and we do what we can to get through it and know that, it's just, it's hard. It's hard. I don't know. I'm sorry. I went off on a tangent. We can get back to evil.
No, it's okay. Cause like Percy said, that my cousin Terry did the same thing. My nephew just turned 11, and he's walking around with an iPhone, and she's like, I use it to track him, but it's she has such a hard time monitoring it. Like no matter what you do, and like what alerts you get, he always finds a workaround. Because their kids are fucking smart.
They are. And I mean, they're growing up with the technology, so they're around their peers who are, they're
they're more in tune to it.
But we get to the case. So David rejects the offer to help the entity with the little spy mission. But they do get this case where this guy is, he's kind of like one of the people who does like the little, I want to say it's kind of like a self-help thing.
I think he's more so teaching, like not. I'm just using the word CEO, like bosses, people in charge of other people, how to handle employees if you are actually going to get attacked. If like he teaches people how to deal with, I guess, angry employees, like that sort of thing. So he's a self-help person who teaches you how to deal with irate employees.
And he's got a book. He's got a conference. And I believe they called Ben because he's working with a dude and they're doing deprogramming, I believe.
Yes.
Because this kid I want to say him and his girlfriend got in with this group, and they were called a cult. It's a new age sort of religious group. And his parents were concerned. They kind of went in and snatched him up out of there, and they brought him back to this hotel where they were trying to do deprogramming, but it ended up into an exorcism because this guy was supposedly just out of his mind. And honestly, I don't even know what was up with this kid. Even at the end, I don't think. I feel like they're gonna come back to him because we never got a true full ending on that. Same thing with the doll on the D is for Doll episode with that family, because I don't think they ever gave us a real ending for that one.
No, they didn't. I definitely was thinking the same thing. I was like, they probably left this off really open-ended because we're gonna see this kid again.
And they got him strapped down. He's like got dark circles around his eyes because he hasn't been eating, sleeping, or anything. And Kristen comes in and they put the line down because every time people get past, get too close to him, he like super hulks on them.
Yeah, he fucking hulks out for sure. And even when Kristen like kind of starts to step over the line, like he starts to get up out of his bed and like look at her, I was like, oh hell no.
I know. And how she even gets like right on the line, like literally puts her toe on the line, and then she starts to cross it, and he's just like, "Hey, Kristen, I see you now." Like he's unaware. I know it's like he's unaware until you get like right there on him, and then
he's like, "Please step over the line. Please do it. Do it."
This guy's like, "Kristen, please don't. We're begging you. You don't understand. This guy's something really crazy going on."
And he's showing all the signs of like the possession that we've seen in this
Mhm.
world. Like
Yes.
he's speaking in tongues. He knows stuff about them. He's doing all the traditional rants that anybody else we've seen being exercised or going through it deal with. Like once David starts to like speak the prayer, he literally starts bugging out.
Oh yeah. He is just like crazy. Some of the stuff he says to him too, it is just so freaking wild.
That's what makes me think like all these fucking things are like connected in something. Like let's say there are demons and they're in these people at some point. Like there is like a network. They all know the same information about these
Yep.
people. They all know all these details and
Mhm. Oh
stuff
yeah.
that it's crazy.
Yeah, Leland almost confirms that. And I don't know if it's this episode or the next one when we get to the where he meets his demon friend, the boop dude again, and he gets his little ritual to write his story.
Yes, I think he actually gets that this episode.
And Leland shows him at some point the network of people getting possessed, like doing it like willingly.
Yes.
For funds, to just the joy of the possession and the joy of having the demon, taken out of you. Like it's weird.
It really is.
Demons have their own Google, for sure. They do, especially in this show. It is called Daffodil.
That's a good one, Kirby.
No, it's called Daffodil because that is their internet hub, which we will find out about soon as well.
And like that's a picture of what the kid looked like prior to what we just saw laying in the fucking bed.
Mm-hmm. Very
normal,
healthy, athletic looking boy.
Yeah.
And that is the girlfriend, and she is still at the compound or the ranch or whatever they want to call it.
Yes, because they're like maybe she could help, and like this is, or like they escaped together, but she kind of went back, and so now they're looking up information about this cult. Yeshua.
And this is what it is, Yeshua. And it's crazy because they do try to use like this weird version to get Ben to understand it, the like leader of like quantum physics. And
Yes.
she's like, I'm not necessarily religious. I just understand. It was so weird. She was like, dude, he drank the Kool-Aid. Ben drank the Kool-Aid with that chick real hard.
Oh, he sure did. He thought with his other head.
But they're gonna go. They have this place for Yeshua has public, like church times or open services to the public, and they're gonna go.
And Kristen gives them the Pop Rock margarita. That's what the face is. David's drinking the Pop Rock margarita.
Got the Pop Rocks on the rim, and it is. As soon as they drink it, you hear the little Pop Rocks go. And I'm like, oh my God, I could not do that. It's already one of these horrific margaritas that she's making. And then you're going to give me Pop Rocks? Like, why? Why are you torturing me?
And then she invites Ben and David to dinner. She's like, we're having a family dinner. Why don't you come like with us? The girls would like to hang out with you. And so they agree to like have a dinner. And then they're playing this game. I forget what the game is called, but it's something kill, death, murder or something.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to think now. Yeah, they were playing dang, I just had it too, Dane.
I know, and I just watched the episode.
Yes,
and I already forgot.
Please.
My stoner brain isn't working.
Why would other entities have one too? Exactly. They have the internet too.
Pretty much.
But what I found even more interesting about this, Dana, we don't have Grace back yet, right?
Correct.
How did the entity know that Kristen was going to invite David to dinner tonight in order for him to put that thing there, that little birdie?
Oh.
Because I would have assumed someone like Grace would have told him, perhaps, but we don't have Grace back yet.
No.
But they knew because this was the dinner that he was supposed to go to put the bird into the girl's room, which the entity still does, because the entity sends someone in for, I forget what it was, like
They use the
for
plumbing because they
plumbing.
hear the shit go all crazy, and she's like, "I had somebody here today, but they didn't fix anything." And that's when David kind of is like, "People were in your house today? Like what?" And that's when he goes upstairs and he finds it.
But they play their murder game, and you all have to be looking around, and whoever and the murderer blinks at you, you die. So this is our little murderer. She's such a good little murderer.
Pretty much.
And they're having a pretty good time. Honestly, it was pretty cute looking game, even though it was kind of creepy. The way
It was nice seeing this moment. It was nice seeing this moment, regardless of evil Cheryl being there. But it was just nice seeing them like kind of all interact with each other, and because Ben does care about the kids, and like
Even
they like
David.
Ben. David does too, but they're closer to Ben, and it was just nice to see this moment.
Yeah, and then even that moment between Lexi at the end with David when they're like the final two, he knows and he doesn't, say anything. He's almost like to see how she's reacting, because he knows that she's the target for the entity, as far as to watch her and what she's got going on. And then we got Cheryl at the end of it when they're like, "Oh, my good little murderer." She's all like, "Yeah, she gets it from my side of the family." Like, yeah, we know that.
Yeah, we know Cheryl.
Yeah.
We know who she gets it from.
But yeah, they hear the plumbing, and she's like, "Yeah, that's when, like Dana said, Kristen talks about it." And David's like, "What? I need to use your bathroom." And I love how Kristen's like, "Yep, 50 cents. She charged 50 cents for the bathroom."
That was funny.
Yes, we all like Ben. Yeah, I do. I like Ben a lot. I felt bad for Ben this season because he really took a deep dive after season 2 into some sort of depression, or how did they call it? Social.
Yeah, they gave it some fancy psychological word.
I can't remember all these terms. Gotta write them down, Dana.
I know we should be taking notes, but we don't.
Dana walks into the room, and yeah, he's looking for the bird.
And we see the demon book.
And this little demon book. Why would your kids? I mean, look, I'm not necessarily religious or not religious or anything like that, but I definitely don't want to pop up book of contemporary demons in my kid's room like a bedtime story.
Yeah, I'm surprised David didn't hone in on that a little more.
No, he honed in on the bird. Yeah, there it is.
Because they're showing it for a reason. Like, they're showing it just sitting there for a reason. Like, you really would have thought Dave would have been like, what the fuck is this? But he notices the bird and gets distracted.
And man, this is such a little girl's room, because man, my kids got all this stuff too. That was so sad. I'm looking at this, I'm like, this is my kid's room? Who am I looking at? This better not be in my house.
Scarlett's gonna go and find this little bird.
I know. I bet you what's sad is that toy is like something out of a Happy Meal. I would not be surprised if that ain't somewhere deep down in like an old bin of toys that we got put away somewhere. I would not be surprised.
Pretty much.
Oh, our great sister Andrea.
This is when she talks to the doctor, because the doctor's like, I need help. What do I do with this
book?
Demon?
You see demons, right? You see things.
And she's like, why are you coming to me?
Yeah.
She's like, because everybody else would think I'm crazy.
So she gives him pamphlets, and he's just like, well, I could just read these anytime. She's like, well, anything I'm going to say is probably already in here. Have fun. Like, I'm not here for your book.
Pretty much. Like, he's spiraling too. He's starting to fucking spiral like crazy as well.
Oh yeah. And of course, Leland walking out of the church.
Just happens to see him. Here's my card. Come see me. I might be able to help with your situation.
I do love it. He rolls the window up on him, and Leland's like, okay, we're done. All right. Well, you got my card. Good.
He's like, yeah, have a nice day, dude.
And we get to the church of Yeshua. And you are loved, everybody.
Like, this, like, literally
This chick
reminded
here,
me of any TV show I've seen that deals with cults. It's
Mhm.
always like this. It looks so bright and cheerful and happy, and everybody just seems to be, oh, look, it's all working. We all love each other. We're community. Blah, blah, blah. No, you're all fucking nuts. That's what it is. You're all fucking nuts.
So Chris said, we're going to split off, Ben. You go talk to Yeshua. We're going to go see if we can't find the girlfriend. You're good,
Ben's like,
Ben.
you're going to
Don't
leave me
worry.
alone? He's like,
Yeah.
don't leave me alone. And she's like, you'll be fine.
I have faith in you, Ben.
And Ben's like, fucking, I'm always the one doing this shit.
Yeah, I love this. Kurt's like, he's looking at the pamphlets and he's not inspired at all.
No, not at all.
And he starts trying to write and he's getting nowhere. And he's like, a little Leland card. Like, yeah, let's see what the darker side has to say.
I have to tell you, I get it. Being like a writer and sitting there and staring at your computer, it is the worst thing in the world to have like a
Mhm.
writer's block trying to figure out like how you're going to do something. So I feel his pain, but I'm not going to go down no demonic fucking road
Yeah.
to get inspiration to fucking write nothing. I'm going to sit there and power through it. But I get it. Like it's like you're just sitting there staring at a blank computer, and it's like you're trying to figure out like how to get the words down. So like I feel his pain in that moment. But he's a dumbass for going to Leland.
Yeah. And this is the what is it? The earthly body of
Something
Yeshua.
like that. Yeah. Some
And
crazy
this
shit.
chick we met briefly when Ben and his sister did their little science
Yep.
group nerd kind of convention / I don't even know. It was funny. That was so funny seeing.
When
'cause
they
it was
blew up their
exactly-
toaster.
Yeah, because like all that was actually pretty cool. But I love how when he first walks in, it was such a total what you expect.
Yeah, he's like, if
nobody
anybody
ever
comes up
said-
to yeah. If anybody says any fucking nerd cliche, I'm out of here.
Just
And up comes
Trek.
the dude with the Spock thing. Greetings, Earthlings.
That was so good. So yeah.
And Ben just looks at his sister like, you fuck, what the fuck did you take me to?
So she was there at that sort of hangout group for science nerds, which was cool. So Ben's quite, he's quite confused. And like, what are you like? You were doing the science thing. What are you doing here? Like, what is this about?
He literally says to her, what the fuck is wrong with you?
And she goes into this quantum thing of quantum entanglement and particles being entangled.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, she used some good science words, but yeah, I don't think she applied them appropriately. That's okay, because, these people believe her.
Oh,
It's
they sure
fine.
fucking do.
Yeah, I love it. They walk around and let you know that you are loved and give you hugs.
Yep.
It's such a always passive aggressive thing that I love later when Kristen gets tells him to go fuck off.
She's like, fuck you. Where's Ben? Go fuck
Yeah.
yourselves.
It's good. This is the girlfriend of the guy that they got in the hotel room. And she's like, she thinks that he's been kidnapped. She doesn't know that the parents, essentially he kind of was kidnapped, depending on how you look at it. But
Yeah.
rescued, kidnapped,
Fine
So, yes,
line. Fine line.
especially when you're dealing with cults. But, I don't know how much he was willing or not willing. I'll say that. It doesn't seem like he's very willing now. We'll say that.
Pretty much.
So they're explaining, we don't know about anybody kidnapping. We're with the church. We were called in because he's been possessed. And we're just trying to basically figure out what's going on. They tell kind of where he's at and ask her, are you okay? If you want to go with us, you can come with us. We'll take you to him. And she's like working. And one of the girls that's with her kind of call you okay, kind of thing, like really creepy, like a cult would do to make sure that their members are okay.
Yes.
And she basically is like, Oh wait, no, Ben gets the call from the entity, and he's like, "You got to leave basically now." And he's like, "Dude, I'm in the middle of a a case. I got Kristen with me and Ben. I can't just like leave." And he's like, "Well, you got to figure it out." And so he tells Kristen, "I got to go." And Kristen's like, "Yeah, all right, what's going on?" Well, he's like, "Yeah, we'll go with you." He's like, "No, I got to go by myself." So they go get ready to leave, and they go to find Ben. And this chick here is like, "Ben is with Yeshua, our earthly goddess embodiment."
Yes,
What the
he's
hell
been
ever.
blessed. He's been blessed
It's
with
so
time
funny.
with Yeshua. It's a privilege. It's an honor. He's okay.
You
Kristen's
are
like, yo, I
loved.
will punch you in the face. Where is Ben?
Uh-huh. You are loved. We love you. And she's like, call Ben right now. And they do like, Ben, where are you? Let me talk to you. She like grabs the phone. Let me talk to Ben.
She's like, are you
Full
alive?
mom. She is full mom. Like, I need to talk to somebody right now.
Yep.
And
She
here
was,
he
she was gonna
is.
whoop that lady's ass. I'll tell you that much.
Oh
She
yeah.
was like, if you hug me, I swear to God. She's like, I will. Where the fuck is Ben?
Yeah. Like, I'm gonna call the police, man. We're gonna bring
And
National
Ben's
Guard in
like,
here.
I'm good. What's the
With my girl,
problem?
with this chick here.
About
She's
to get some lovin'. We're all good in here. Don't
yeah.
worry about me.
And she's like, yeah, did you tell her about the blood sacrifice? Like over the phone, and Chris, what?
Kristen's
And
like,
he's,
what?
oh my god. He's like, no, we're fine, we're fine. He's like, Ben, are you sure? He's like, yeah. So they leave, and this is where we get Kurt's fun. I'm sorry, I was reading Vice.
I was too. I was like, what the fuck?
Both as a leader and a follower. You
That
have more fun
totally
as a
caught my
follower,
attention.
but you make more money as a leader. He did. You know, funny. I literally looked at it. I was like, what in the world? It's like,
I was like,
really? I might as well
Spidey,
highlight it since I'm going to sit here and read it.
We both were like, what the fuck? Bitey, what? Oh my god.
Maybe you should have came on and told us about this episode. Oh, Creed, The Office. Okay.
Oh my god.
What? I did. I took a side glance there. It caught me
I
off
did
guard.
too. All I saw was I've been involved in a number of cults. I was like, what?
I just stopped. I was like, what? I was like, this is not the Spidey I know.
Oh my god. Oh, that was a good
Hey,
one,
Johnny,
Bitey.
what is up, man? We are having a good time. We're
Yeah.
just talking about cults. What's up, man?
We're drinking some Kool-Aid, Johnny. We're drinking some Kool-Aid.
Yeah, we are going down the rabbit hole, drinking the Kool-Aid, and Kurt is about to go headfirst down his little demon hole. He's going to go down with our good friend Leland. He's going to give him his ritual. Again, we have candle, the knife for the blood, and the conduit, which is the recorder or the
record player.
Record player, yeah. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like one of the little toy ones. It's like you open it up and it's like a whole. It's not just like it's got the little thing on it that moves too, so you can like see a picture. It's
Almost like a picture book. Like, you know those little flip books that you would get when you were a kid, and if you flip through them really fast, they like make they show you the cartoon that you're like doing. That's what it reminded me of.
I love it. He's like, so you you drip the blood onto the paper, and he's like, by paper you mean, I'm using a laptop. It's like, okay, we'll do it on the screen. So he does the ritual. And he told him to go buy. He's like, well, go buy one, because he didn't have the materials or the tools to do this ritual. But he goes out and buys this old school thing, and it's doing the it is a real song. It's a real I don't want to say nursery rhyme, but a real like lullaby.
Oh yeah, the song. Ah, you wet the.
Yeah, and it is. I believe, was it Purple Alizé that was talking to us about it?
I think so.
I know one of you guys in the Discord was telling us, because I believe she knows French.
Yes,
she is French. I don't want to misspeak on her.
I believe she's in one of the Canadian provinces that speak that also speak French. It was either her or it was what's her name, was the teacher down in North Carolina. One of them knew French.
I know. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm drawing a blank today. I'm doing terrible. But yeah, she told us that, yeah, she was explaining to us about the song because she understood it is about killing a bird, essentially. So I found it funny because that's what this little girl ends up doing. It sounds like a nice song, like most, nursery rhymes and such. But little do you know.
Yep. She catches that bird and she kills the shit out of it.
And Kurt can't believe it because his hand, he just changes. He got a little cut on his hand.
Little demon hand.
Now we got a little demon hand type it for him. And it's so cool too because the book ends up like everything that's written is where you have to put it in front of the mirror to see it. What is that? It's not just, is that backwards or
something like that? Yeah, showing that it wasn't Kirk actually writing the book. It was this demon writing through him. Yeah, it really is. Now, I'm sorry. You're a fucking psychologist. You have a doctor's fucking brain. And if you look down at that hand, I'd freak the fuck out. I don't know how in that moment he wasn't freaked the fuck out.
His curiosity, because Kristen's peaked it with all of her cases.
Like, oh my God, I'd be like, nope, no thank you, I'm good. I'm going to go back to my day job.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I think this is where David gets in trouble a little bit. They're like, we know you took our bird. And he's like, yeah, what you can do about it?
Hell yeah. He's like, and
yeah,
do something.
Do something.
It's
like, you ain't messing with them girls. And then, this is after they were at the cult too. So Kristen's there and he's telling them like, what did you want me to do with her? You called me in the middle of a case. I tried to ditch her. I couldn't. She's here.
And she's listening at the door like, what the fuck? What's going on?
Like, David, I need to talk to you right now. And he's like, just a minute. Nope. I need to talk to you now. She's like, open the door. And he's like, I love this because he opens the door like he's got some mistress, like a girl in the back,
right?
And it's the entity. And he's like,
I can't talk right now.
Can you give me a minute? I just need like 1 minute.
And she busts in there and she's like, what the fuck is going on? And that's when I think he finally was just like, let's tell her what's going on.
Yeah, LeConte was like, just let her in. It's fine. At this point, hi, Chris, do you remember me, Mr. LeConte? We've just been talking about your daughter and Leland and the sigils. And this sigil here that Leland and his fine friends are grooming your daughter for.
Yep.
So, Grandma's got a sigil, granddaughter's gonna have a sigil, and a bouncing baby Antichrist shall be born. It's a great family we got going here, guys.
I'm telling you.
What's up, Robert?
Hey, Robert.
I hope you're enjoying your lunch break and glad you could join us. We are just getting into some more Evil Season 3, and there we are showing the sigil for poor little Lexi.
Yep. I think she's going to fight through it, though, because she's not showing any of the other signs that some of the other kids have shown.
And I think that's, too, what Grace said, that there's still hope to not give up hope yet for your kid, that you can still protect her from what is trying to be done to her. And the entity this is a flashback to LaRue because they're talking to Kristen about how she's, you felt you've been targeted since the beginning. Even LaRue was a target. You aren't the target, but they were going through you to get to your daughter and using you and your mom. And Leland was doing all this. Like you were basically, you and your family was targeted from the beginning.
Yeah. That no matter what you would have done, what path you would have taken, they were still coming for you, like no matter what.
Even the demons and they're aware of even the demons going after her.
Yep.
And so, yes, she at this point is just like, they're like, we're ready to bring you on to help us take him down. And she's like, I'm sorry. I just need to go hug my daughter for a minute. They're like, you don't understand. We need, we got to do this. She's like, excuse me. Do you have children? And they're like, no. It's like, okay, then shut up. I'm going to go hug my daughter.
Yep. She tells him, just shut the fuck up. I'm going to hug my daughter.
And she does. She basically storms out and leaves to go home, while poor Ben, I believe he is still he's feeling pretty good in this moment, but it goes south way quick.
Yes, I believe they were getting the phone call from the dude at the hotel with the exorcism dude, and they were like, "Something's going on. Come over here." They go there
Oh, that's
before
right.
they go to
before she
Ben.
goes home. That's right. That's right. They had to go back and because the girlfriend goes there and tries to save him, rescue
Yep.
him from his kidnappers.
Yes.
But yes, he has had his time with his lady friend and everything seems okay. And she's like, yeah, just don't freak out, Ben. Something weird's about to happen. And as soon as before she can truly explain it, she just starts having these weird pains and like sounds. And then she's just like, yes, I am Yeshua.
Oh my God! I literally thought a demon baby was just gonna like pop out of her friggin' vagina at this point. Like I was just like waiting for it. I was like, oh my God, are we gonna have like an alien burster baby right now? Like she's gonna stand there and this like alien baby is just gonna come bursting out of her friggin' rib cage and Ben's gonna be done. He's just gonna be fucking done. He's like, that's it. I'm done. I can't take this shit no more.
I know.
Come
man.
on.
He did. He tried to leave, because he was even like, they're knocking on the door asking, is she okay? And he's like, oh my God, these people are going to think I just did some weird thing to this chick. And he's like, well, look, I don't know, man. I don't know what happened. It's good. I'm leaving. I'm out. And they like grab him and take him with them. He is going to be part of their ritual in some sort of way.
Oh, poor Ben. Poor Ben. Like even the end when he walks out of like the fucking cult and like finally sees, he's like, religion.
He's like, was blood all over you? Why is there blood all over you? I don't know.
Religion.
Kurt, he's definitely spiraling. And Leland's there to ask how it's all going. And he's like, well, it was going good for a little while until he didn't come back.
He's like, where's my muse? Where's my muse?
Perhaps if you go to Sister Andrea and cut some or all of her hair off, preferably shave her bald, maybe your muse will return. So while Kurt's got his little mission, they do. Kristen and David do return back to the hotel to see what is going on, where they have basically locked that girl in the girlfriend in the bathroom, like shackled her to the sink or something like that.
No, that's kidnapping.
While they perform this exorcist on this kid, and he is just basically out of his mind at this point, and he can hear her screaming a little bit, but when she gets to go on him, it's weird. This whole like next couple of moments is weird.
Yeah,
because Kristen does go in there to release her, and she's like yelling out to this guy, it's like, I'm here, I'm with you, I love you, and she says stuff to him, and all of a sudden he's like, oh, back to calmness, like, and they're thinking he's been exorcised by the demon, or the demon's been exorcised, but I'm thinking, no, she's still part of that cult, and whatever her little phrase is that she was using somehow snapped him back to his cult self. But
that's what I was thinking.
It was a whole weird scene.
That's exactly what I was thinking. That she's maybe got a little more to do with it than we're seeing.
Mm-hmm. It was definitely weird. And then like they go like directly from that to getting the call from Ben, like, oh crap, that's right, Ben was at the cult. Ben, you all right? And he's like butt dialing him with his foot while they got him in this weird, like he doesn't know what the hell's about to happen here.
Nope, and this is when the cult shows their true culty colors.
That is so weird. Look, we almost get our little from symbols. Very close, not quite. Very close.
True. True.
Very close, not quite. Who knows? Maybe. Yeah.
Well, they're all ruins in some aspect or another.
I just like to point it out just because it's from's always on my mind.
Yep.
But yes,
Robert,
so
you could put your tinfoil hat on for this show too.
Yes, please do. But this is weird. So they're coming in, and the people are like trying to get rid of their grief or their guilt. And this lady, apparently, when she was born, her mother died during childbirth, so she blames herself. And she's like, "Oh, Yeshua, free me of my pain." And Yeshua's like, "Free yourself." And she starts whacking herself. And Ben's like, "Y'all are out of your mind."
He's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you people?"
Yeah. And they go to him and say, "Yeah, we know you have grief. You feel sad for," what was it, his mom, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're like trying to get him to admit that he's guilty, because you're guilty by having guilt in your heart. Therefore, you're guilty. Sort of. I mean, that was the way I took their kind of weird.
Oh, fucking weird.
I mean, it didn't completely, but that was as much as I can make sense of it, Dana.
Yep, same. Like it was fucking bizarroville.
And they're just like, I
know.
He's like, "Oh my god, what in hell?" Like, 'cause he's just like, this girl has made him drink some hella Kool-Aid. He don't know where he's at. He's went down Alice in Wonderland, Dark Stories, and she got this knife, and they got this goat, and he's thinking, "I'm about to be sacrificed." I at least he did have a good time beforehand, but God bless you.
It was my last hurrah. It was my last hurrah.
She is. She's like, because he's like, "Okay, I'm sorry. You guys are stupid religious cults." Like, he starts just saying stuff. I'm like, "Oh my god, Ben, you're not helping." I'm like, "You're right, but you're not helping. This chick is gonna kill you." They're gonna dance around. Like, oh my god.
Pretty much.
And it cuts away, and then we get to Kristen and David. And he's walking through this field, and it's raining and thundering and lightning. And you see him just covered head, like his whole head is dripping all down his body in blood. And I'm sitting here thinking, "Oh, what the fuck did they do to him?"
And he's so just happy. Like religion.
He's so happy too. This like sense of joy on his face was so weird. Yeah, they do. They're like, "Oh, don't worry, it's not my blood." You're like, "It's a goat's blood." He's like, "Why did they pour goat's blood on you?" Who knows? Religion. Oh, so weird.
It was. This episode was a fucking weird one.
Yeah, poor Kristen. She finally makes it home to hug her daughter.
Yeah.
And she is very sad, because she now is very aware. Like, if it wasn't made clear, they are very aware now what is going on.
Yeah. Someone that, like, they're coming for this little girl.
Yeah. And it's sad because Kristen is going to do what she can to try to stop it. But man, I ain't going to lie, this next couple of episodes and what Leland ends up doing with her egg at the fertility clinic, that is just, oh god, that's evil.
Hence the name.
Evil. It's truly evil, Dana.
Hence the fucking name.
Oh, yeah. Alright, let me close that. Get these next episodes. But that was end of that episode. Was it? Yeah, the Demon Occults. And we're going to get ready to load up the Demon of Parenthood, episode 8 of season 3. Got a few more episodes left. Let's see.
And then season 4. Season 4.
Yay. There. Okay, good. I think we're good. There we go. And yeah, this one was interesting as well. Pretty much all the way up until the end, it gets pretty good. Oops. Okay. We're going to continue. The entity's getting, we're going to get closer and closer to finding Grace. So they're really looking to David to help them with that. And I believe this is one of those episodes where I think they're going to get more information, or they're going to do some things that help sort of the underground to get to Grace.
Oh yeah, is this the episode where he's got to hear the word honky tonk?
I think so, because this is the Demon of Parenthood. So I think so. I'm almost positive. But after, so David, he's priest now, so he is in confession, and that is how LeCompte talks to him, just sort of, because they're trying to be secretive as best as possible. Because Leland and the evil organization has eyes everywhere.
They sure fucking do.
And poor. All right, so she's just on the cusp of learning all that she learned from the church and the entity. And she's sleeping again, and our good friend George comes back with our good look. He's on VidTap. Like he's trending.
He's
so
trending.
Look, see, he's doing the little dance, having a good time. He's buddying up with Lexi, which, again, this is showing her fears, and the demon is playing off of that. And she immediately calls David and is like, I need to talk right now. And she's kind of telling him about some things. And they're really, this whole episode is, I want to say, slightly stressful. And from here to the end, this is really stressful for Kristen because she's going to start learning about what happened to her fertility eggs, where they're going. We're going to start to see a little bit more of the like who's behind the curtain a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And just the stuff with her kids. It gets a little hard. But she talks to David a little bit, and he's trying to be supportive. I'm trying to remember. They kind of just had this quick conversation. But I know she ends up calling her lawyer to find out if they had any more news on the missing eggs. And she does. So They have little cocktails, and she's throwing down the lawsuits that they were filing. And I believe she actually gets to the point to where they are, where they have to give up her eggs. They have to account for them. And she can go to them and say, hey, I want my eggs back, yada, yada.
Mm-hmm.
And they have to do it. She got a court order. She finally got a court order. And yes, this is the honky tonk episode. So the next day, Kristen, she is really on edge because she's finding out about one kid, and now she's finding out about the eggs. So she's late to the meeting, but they go ahead and start without her. And this Monsignor, I do not believe, is aware of what this store is really there for. They think they're there to investigate demonic toys. These toys truly aren't demonic, I don't think. Or are they? I don't know. They don't really say, but they definitely give us an answer to at least half of it.
Yep.
Because this right here is creepy. It says, help me, I'm in hell. And there's something else in there with it. It's even creepier.
Yeah.
But David has to listen for the word honky tonk and count. And that number he has to give to LeConte. So while they're there, that guy says it. This dude here. He's like, yeah, there's a honky tonk, out back or whatever. You hear music. And so he counts what the guy actually says. And he gets that. And he gives that information back to LeConte. And they also, while they're there, they're kind of talking and discussing with him. And he's saying, no, these toys weren't like that. This just started. They come in and they're fine when they come in through shipping. And then all of a sudden they change. Like the bears look normal and then their eyes go creepy.
Mm-hmm. Creepy is an understatement.
And there's a lot going on here that I didn't understand at first until we get to later in the episode. I don't know if this is one of Leland's people.
I was questioning that myself.
Because he gives David, in the end, a false message.
Yes.
And these toys that are seemingly... There's two sets of toys here. There's toys that have messages in them. Then there's toys that are seemingly demonic. So I don't know for sure because they don't completely leave. That's one of the things they kind of leave open-ended.
Yep.
But yeah, I question this guy only
so did
because
I.
of the fact that he does give him the wrong message. He knew about the word honky tonk.
Yep.
And these toys, the way he talks about the toys and how they arrived and stuff made me question his story. And he's like, yes, take all the toys. Take all the toys, take them with you.
Like, it was just too convenient. Like, in one day, what are the odds you're going to hear the fucking word honky tonk?
I know, right?
Like, it's not a normal word. It's not an everyday, like, Scarlet, how many conversations have we had? We've never even brought up the word honky tonk. Like, it's
Yeah.
such a fucking, like, random, unusable word that I definitely thought Leland, this was like a false flag. Like, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, they're trying to stop him. They gave him this word. Like, they know what's going on. Fucking Leland.
Mm-hmm. So he delivers the message. LeComte thanks him. They think they know. And he's even asked us about Grace, and he's like, I can't tell you. Thank you. You've been very helpful. And so, yeah, he's thinking, okay, we're good with that, but they're still working on the demonic toys because they don't understand that there's a connection between the toys themselves and the messaging that they're trying to send from China over here, trying to find Grace, because she's over in China in a
like a work rehabilitation camp or
what do
something
they
like
call
that.
them? They're the ones where it's like the re-education or whatever.
Something like that, yeah.
And so we're still so Ben's going to investigate, and you can see these toys back here. These little stuffed animals got these really creepy big. Can't quite see them in this image, but they have some really creepy eyes.
Those animals look fucking. I would burn them shit so fast.
Mm-hmm.
They would not be staying in my house.
This Jack in the Box, I ain't even gonna lie. That Jack in the Box is why I say that there was still something demonic going on. That Jack in the Box was demonic. Everything else, I could explain. The 8-ball was explained. Even the wand I could explain. That freaking Jack in the Box that just pops on him while he's trying to deal with his finger in the daggum 8-ball, the magic 8-ball. Like, there's just a random severed finger in there and blood. And what was even creepier, and I didn't get it in these stills because it's really hard to get it. Kind of happens a little fast.
Mm-hmm.
But when he's shaking it and you first see the normal message that says, I'm in hell, or save me, I'm in hell, or whatever. This coloring is normal, like that.
Yes.
Purplish blue color that you normally see in them.
Yep.
He's been shaking this thing the whole time. All of a sudden, he sees something, and the finger starts to pop up, and the coloring turns red. Like, that coloring doesn't just magically turn red all of a sudden. This thing has been in shipping. He's been shaking this thing around. There's just no way.
Yep.
So yeah, there's some weird. Again, we get that kind of. There's two sides to whatever's going on.
I thought the same thing. I was like, that's weird. It looked so normal. Like, where did that come from?
I know, right?
Like, this shit's just crazy.
Oh my god, it was creepy. It was, like I said, this thing pops up on him. Look at his face. I got it right in the midst of him going, like, getting ready to go, or whatever, like scared face. So he looks slightly.
Them screenshots is hard. Them screenshots is hard.
It's so messed up right there. It's funny.
It's hard taking them perfect fucking screenshots.
I kept it because I thought it was just too comical for me not to keep it. I could have gone back and got the scared face, but this was, I don't know, man. I loved it. I thought it was good. But yeah,
bye, Robert.
Yeah, Robert. Sorry, man. Thanks for. Oh, that's right. You're on your lunch break. Have a good day, man. We will see you next time. Hope you had a good time on your lunch break. But yeah, so he pops this thing open, and it's there it is.
And that is not what the liquid looked like when he was first shaking it up. It wasn't that thick and like
it was like what you normally would see in the 8-balls. Yeah, it was creepy, gross. It was so nasty.
It really was.
This was something else. So she's got baby or her eggs on the brain, the lawsuit, the fertility clinic.
Demon Kristen baby. I forgot about that.
Thinking that her kids are going to be demonic that come from this clinic. So she's having another night terror again, because you can tell she's slightly paralyzed, but she's learning how to overcome that. And she gets up and she walks downstairs to where she hears this baby, and it's a girl. It's a little girl.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
It's a pink pacifier. It's probably a girl. I don't know. That horn may not. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know demonology and biology.
That fucking baby is so. I'm sorry. I'm fucking kicking that shit. I'm field goaling that shit. There is no way I'm picking that fucking demon little fucking thing up and that doesn't she breastfeed it?
Yeah, she does.
With
I
like
didn't
all
show
the teeth
that.
in its mouth? Doesn't she
Uh-huh.
fucking breastfeed it? Nope. I can't. I can't.
So yeah, so we get the pop-up book, The Demon of Parenthood. Oh, look. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, we love children. Oh, no. Oh, no. He bit Mama. He's a bad kid. But yeah, we get, I love our pop-up book. It's good.
That stabs her in the eye.
But she has that nightmare, and she wakes up immediately to calling her lawyer and say, "I'm sorry, and it was late. I just had to call." And the lady's like, "Yes," and she's like, "What do you mean, yes?" "Yeah, we found your egg. It has been donated to someone. It has been implanted and fertilized, and it's growing. It's been growing."
Yeah.
And Kristen wasn't too happy. And Kurt, he's still trying to do his
Would you
book.
be happy?
Oh,
I
no.
can't.
Oh, no.
Fucking.
No, I'd have been livid. Which, like I said, the whole thing around that fertility clinic and how they're doing the show is portraying it just scares me in general. To think that once you give up that material, they're treating it like it's just like it's a business, like it's not. I don't know. It's weird.
Very weird.
But yeah, Kurt, he's still trying his stuff out, and he did get some hair, I believe.
Yeah, but I think he like took it out of the bathtub or something. Like he didn't take it off
out of
her
a
head.
hairbrush.
He's like, I couldn't do it. I like took it out of something. And Ben's all pissed. I mean, Leland's all pissed off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but now Kurt's it's no longer Kurt's the birdie now. And the demon is chasing him. Will he catch him? Don't know. But he's telling him, so Leland's like, here, if you want to come see what it's really about, you're misunderstanding what's going on here. You got to really give to get in this demonic world.
Crazy.
And it gives him that card. So if you really want to see, seeing is believing. He was going to show him what it's all about. But yeah, so Kristen, she and her lawyer make this meeting with the lawyer and couple that have received her egg. So, that they have said that this is her egg. We'll find out later that it's not. This one's not hers either. Still sad and crazy because the egg that they do receive still does come from the fertility clinic that Kristen's comes from.
Yep.
Keep that in mind. And the fact that they are going through and they're kind of a very hard conversation. This lawyer over here is kind of, I mean, he's doing his job to be fair, but he is not being emotional at all. He's saying, no, nothing that says here.
Yep. Like he's basically just like being a lawyer. Don't say that. Don't apologize. Don't and like the ladies basically like tells him to shut up. Like, listen, I just want to talk mother to mother. Like I've had so many miscarriages. This is the furthest along we've ever been able to have a pregnancy. Like, and Kristen starts to kind of like not come around, like be okay with it, but she's kind of like coming around to it. Like there's nothing I can do here. Like it's done.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. You can't take the baby back. You know.
Yeah, she even goes to check on Ben, and Ben, she's like, Ben wants a distraction because he's had a crazy night. She kind of even goes to him to tell him a little bit about it, but she's like, let's just. I think while they're talking, David calls and they get back to this gentleman who has called them about another one of the toys. They're still kind of working the case. And he's telling them that this little vacuum cleaner spelled out hell on the playmat every time. Of course it doesn't. And he's like, oh, I don't know why it's not doing it now. And his wife starts making, kind of noises like she's hurt and pain or demonically possessed or something. And that's when he talks about they went to the show last night or a bar and they were playing honky tonk music. And it really gave her like a bad headache or whatever. He just assumed that she was having a bad headache from that. And David's like, honky tonk, how often does someone use the word honky tonk? So he counts them letters again and re-gives the message, but the LeConte does not believe him.
Nope.
He says, nope, you already gave your message, just as happenstance, it's just coincidence. Don't worry about it.
And then doesn't he go back to confront the guy? Like,
Yeah.
are you the one who I'm supposed to get the message from?
Mm-hmm.
Like, let me know because this shit
They don't
happened.
believe-
And, yep.
Yeah. But before we get to that part, I think that's after this, because we get to Kurt going with Leland. He goes to Leland and he gets to see this kid here is
Dumbass kid.
for possession.
Isn't he like, come into me, I accept you?
And he does, and he gets full on possessed, and everybody around him is just like, "Oh, this is so magical and wonderful."
Yes. Yes. Great times. Great times.
But yeah, but David, I think he does. He kind of confronts LeConte too, I believe, a little bit. It's like, dude, seriously, how often do you say the word honky tonk? And there's quite a bit going on. These last couple episodes get really packed because we got Kristen also kind of trying to help this mother. She's feeling real weird. You know, on one hand, she's kind of happy for this lady who couldn't have kids and she's finally able to have a kid, and Kristen's able to help her in that, even though it's not the way she wanted it to go down. And this woman's also wanting Kristen to be part of this baby's life because she's understanding that, hey, this wasn't, this whole situation sucks.
Yes.
How can we make it better for everybody? But the dad, or the father of the baby, he thinks there's something weird going on. He's already asked Kristen a few times, is there any family medical history we need to be aware of? Kristen kind of brushed it off as just being, him just being nervous about being a new dad and all the kind of stress and stuff that goes along with it. And he's literally ripping out flowers in the garden that are poisonous. Like, he's freaking out. And Kristen's just like, it's going to be okay. As long as your kid doesn't go around eating the pansies or whatever, you'll be fine. Just don't let your kid eat on them. Don't let your kid just, hang out in the flower beds when they're babies.
Pretty much.
And then we also have they're still grooming Lexi. So we've got like so many different stories going on now in these episodes that they're trying to kind of cover everything.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is where they're going to try to see if Lexi can see behind the glamour, so to speak, testing her skills. She gets to meet our little manager at Daffodil, and she sees him as a normal person. She does not see the monster that is really here. And they just talk for a brief few seconds. And Cheryl's just like, he looks fine. Like, no, he's like a normal dude.
How many eyeballs does he have?
Yeah, I love that. How many eyeballs? And so she's like, well, she's
like
not
2.
the one. Yeah. She's clearly not the one. So she's going to head back over here to Leland's while Leland's giving Kurt the possession rundown. Helping with getting in touch with his inner demon.
So dumb, Kurt. So smart, yet so dumb.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's saying, yep, she didn't see him. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. I've been grooming her this whole time. I'd never be wrong. I know what I'm doing here. Look, I got this guy back here. He's dumb as hell. He's getting possessed. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I think
I'm a
Leland's
professional.
Like, we still have time.
Look, I'm a professional. I'm good at my job. Don't question me, lady. Who are you? You knew.
You're a newbie. Get out of here.
Yeah, this is where David David goes back and asks him, "Lo, dude, what's up? Was that like a legit message?" And he's like, "Yes, dude. Basically we at great risk to their lives to get that message, to them to help save Grace." And he's like, if you don't give them this message and they don't listen to you, Grace will not survive.
Yep.
And so he calls him back. He's like, hey, yo, you got to talk to me, man. I got this. He's like, the dude told me. And he's like, the guy's like, you have compromised your position. He's like, I didn't do nothing. Y'all playing games.
Pretty much.
And he's like, well, meet us down here. And the entity's down here talking to these leaders over in China. I believe they're all from China.
I think so.
But I do not know that for a fact. But I know he's talking to different leaders in order to try to figure out where she is. They're trying to find her. And they don't have her by name. They have her by number. And he's got to figure out which one of these guys is the one he actually needs to be speaking with. And that message is how they figured it out.
Yep.
So he gets a few minutes. And LeCronte's like, look, go up there. Tell him what's up. Do it quickly.
You have like 1 minute to
Mhm.
like say your piece, and then that's it. So
And yep. So he tells him, and God's like, tells one of the leaders, like, I'm sorry, but I believe you are not the one for us, but sir, you are the one we need to be speaking with.
yep.
And they get Grace, and we will see her at the end, but not before Kurt is a god now, because he's got his demon friend with him.
Oh, that's I made fire.
Yes, he is feeling mighty. And he's like, you'll never catch me, you'll never catch me, run fast, run fast.
Oh my God.
And we get to see him. He's little boop demon. There's his boop demon. He is there. Cannot wait to see what Kurt gets.
Yep. Boop.
Yeah, he's a little boop demon. His little muse.
That ain't no fucking muse, that's for sure.
So at this point too, we get back to our main case, and David's like, okay, we're not going to go after the store anymore. These are messages from people in China who are trying to, whether it's working conditions or for the church, either way, this is basically a secret, underground thing where they're sending messages through. And we don't want to draw attention to that anymore, even though I think there's more to it than that, because them toys
So
are
do I.
demonic.
Hell yeah.
But they got to stop because, they can't give up. The sources is still in there, and they try to keep them safe. Oh, and this is the heartbreaking part. And Kristen goes in, and she gets a call from the husband of the woman that has her egg implanted.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, saying, well, she won't go to the doctor. Like, was her water broke? No. She's like, well, I'm on my way. And she finds him coming down the steps.
And she's like, where's your wife? Where is she?
It's like she's trying to, and he's like, I had to cut it out of her.
Because I believe he thought he heard the baby growling.
Growl. Yep. Remember the one woman we had that had the twins?
Yep, same thing. She heard it growl.
So he was trying to save her, supposedly, and it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. Yeah,
they didn't need to show much to get what happened in that.
I didn't really show it to it because it was heartbreaking even looking at that, because that was like this. They just set up this beautiful nursery, and it was just so. Oh my God!
Can you imagine the scene that was in that fucking room?
I know, but luckily though, the ending leaves us with a little Grace. And she is back, and she tells David that God knows what he did to save her, and God's, he knows, and he's watching. He's not going to forget, and to not give up hope. I like Grace's character. She really does bring you that peace to you when you watch her.
Yep.
And she also, even tragic.
She also brings the faith in that, okay, maybe God is going to actually try to help.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was very heartbreaking.
Yeah, that
but we have 2 more to go, I believe. That was episode 8, The Demon of Parenthood. And we are going to move on to I'm trying to load it up real quick. Episode 9. Let's see if I got it right. But yeah, guys, it was kind of. Oh, hey, crazy man! I'm sorry.
Entered the chat.
We was just being all emotional about our episode because it was kind of heartbreaking.
Is that crazy man in the chat? I see.
It's crazy. What is up, our good friend? Dana still loves him. You guys don't worry. They love each other.
Oh yes.
Lasagna will never break friendships forever.
No, though we don't agree on everything. Crazy man knows I love him.
But no, for real though.
I'm still gonna kill him in D&D, but I love her anyway.
It's still though. For real, Stofers. Gotta be careful of that Stofers, man.
I'm still gonna get you. I'm still gonna get you.
Oh, I got the right ones. Yeah, all right. Here we are. And so yeah, this from here on out, it's just nothing but almost tragedy, I want to say. Because
Like,
Kristen,
tragic is an understatement. I'm sorry.
yeah, because she's going to Kurt again. Why he's her freaking doctor. I don't know, her psychiatrist. He's crazy. But she goes to him and is like telling him about what just happened with the baby and how all of that sadness, but yet she was relieved that the baby was not born. Because she, in the back of her mind, did fear that the fact that it was your child and you don't have any control over the fact that material, your material was given away, and the fact that your baby could possibly have something done to it prior to it being even implanted is, yeah. I mean, she was relieved, so it made her feel pretty bad that she was relieved for her child to not.
Yes, because I believe they don't have the DNA at this point, so she's still thinking that it was hers.
Mm-hmm. And she's fixing to go after case. She hear this. It was funny is like David's calling her about a case that they're getting ready to go on, and she hears Kurt, and she looks in, and he's writing his book, and he's got the cuts on his hands. It's like, yeah, I cut my hand shaving. Like, what?
What?
And he's like, well, could you just read my book? And she's like, all right, fine, whatever, dude. I'll read your book. And you're crazy a little bit, dude. Look at that face. That's a crazy face.
You're losing it, dude. You're losing it.
He is. But this case is so weird. So this is where we're going to... Well, we already know about Daffodil as an audience. But this episode is where the Scooby-Doo team is going to learn about Daffodil. Or rather, Kristen more than them. They'll learn a little bit, but Kristen really gets to start to see the full picture.
Yes.
Especially that last episode. This one and the next one is the big sort of reveal to Kristen and the audience. That's so heartbreaking. That's poor Kristen. I mean, I know she's not a great person, but man, Leland just the worst.
Yeah, but you could also say like how much of what she's dealing with and what she's doing isn't being manipulated.
Mm-hmm.
So we could sit here and say, yeah, she's not a great person, but look at how many demons are attached to her. Look at all, like, what, I don't know, there is a chance that a lot of this change in Kristen's personality is because of all, like, the demonic things that are attached and latched to her right now.
Yep. And this guy's got one attached to him, and he hit it rich on some stock. And next thing you know, this dude, which you don't see him right here, and then all of a sudden on video screen, bam, this guy pops up. And he is just walking along. This is so creepy. And you can't tell in the screenshots, but he's almost glitching. Oh, yes. I did receive the announcement of your name, and I love it. You should keep it. Oh god, it was Stouffer's. Oh dang it! She did tell me about it, and now I just forgot exactly how it was worded.
Oh, I think it was like Stouffer, like Stouffe Lagagna.
Yeah, this is a really good name, dude. You need to keep it, but you gotta be careful, man. You gotta watch out in the world of Dana's because you never know what you may eat some homemade lasagna. It might kill you.
You never know what your punishment might be.
But so yeah, the guy, this guy like gets on his boat and comes in, and he's thinking, like somebody's just breaking in, but it's more than that. The guy's like triggering stuff. And so they're kind of going to work on his case, but the entity calls again, always interrupting David, because they have Grace back, and they're trying to get her to do the prophecies from the pages that we saw where the parts of them were missing. And she's having a hard time, so they call David to kind of come in and help. And these are some of our pages. We get all sorts of things. So these are the gaps they want her to fill in on all these pages. And it really is just, oh man, I don't even know what we're looking at on most of this. We got some
like
what's the
fish got to do with anything?
I don't know what this planet-looking thing is. It's it's not even a planet. It's like a potion bottle or something.
That's what I thought, yeah.
And then we got this dude here. It's some kind of weird looking tree, like family tree, demonic family tree maybe.
Now tell me that doesn't look like the
big
what's
main demon,
yep.
our management demon.
Thank you, management.
And we got whatever this lotus flower looking thing is going to be. So yeah, all kinds of goodies that we have no idea what they mean. It's just to mess with us. Let's see. Ooh, this was pretty good. So we get the above and below. We'll go down there. Look at all these symbols. I know we've seen some of these symbols before, Dana. I've seen that symbol before.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. I know. I could look at these things for days and still never come up with the answers.
No.
I mean, why is the crescent moon under the what is that, like an eagle's talons? What kind of bird talons are those? That question alone kind of like, what does it mean? What does it mean?
Yes. Season 4, we need answers. We need answers.
Laganya. There you go.
Yep. He just did that, so I have to say it every single time.
It's funny there. But yeah, so those are the pages for the prophetess to look upon. And David gets there, and these guys are like guarding. He's like, yo, y'all called me here. And they won't let him in, but this guy's like, the prophetess has asked for this priest specifically. Allow him through. Get out the way. And they got the blow-ups for her, because we remember she likes her blow-ups. They help her to hear God. And she's just like overwhelmed with them. Like, look, I mean, they're all hovering over her. They're like rushing her to get through this stuff. Like, that's not how it works, yo.
They let the lady breathe, man. She just got out of friggin' whatever camp she was in, being who knows tortured. Oh, like let her breathe. Step away, people. Step away.
And she does, at least for a little bit. She sees David, says David, and they let her. Well, they don't let her, but one of the guys like, no, just let her go. Let her have her moment. But she does see this wristband on David, and it's red, keeping up with the red theme, as well as this bracelet they got on their case. That was what they had to get through security. They get a little wristband. They get to go on the dock or whatever. And she's like, that has to do with a sigil. This sigil.
Yeah, she starts to write right after, right?
Mm-hmm. Why don't she write on that one or not? I know she goes over here and grabs this piece of paper and tells him that this is a royal sigil, one of great power. It's royal. Some of them are like lords and ladies. This one's like kings and queens. You know, it's the highest of the high. Most important. So really dangerous. And he's letting them know that their case is attached to this sigil. So they go back to this guy and they're asking him more questions, trying to figure out what's going on. And he talks about a lady that kind of gave him the tip, and that she gave him this pen, and the pen has the sigil on it. It was a stock tip. And so they're like, all right. So they go check out, they're following the breadcrumbs. So we're going to go to this lady who gave the guy the tip, and she also hit it big on this DF stock. Daffodil stock, and she had this nice beautiful house and everything, but she had to give it all away because they're thinking the only way to get rid of the demon is to give away all of the things that you bought with the money that you made from that stock. But really it's more like the ring rules, where you got to spread it. You got to give somebody the tip, you got to let somebody see the video, kind of thing. They get it, you know, it goes down the chain.
Yes. Almost like telephone.
Mm-hmm. And this was her uncle, I believe, who gave her the tip. And he thought, again, thinking that you have to give up things, he had nose, eye surgery, all these different surgeries, and he had to literally cut his nose off, gouge his eye out.
I know.
He had to cut his wife's implants out.
Yep, no more boobies.
No more nose.
No more boobies.
Because we're dealing with is the demon of money this time.
Bitey, just the tip.
Yep, just the tip. Yep, give some. Yeah, we got our little fat cats here. There they go. Our little piggy turns into a little person with some money, and we get little demon dudes. Nice little pop-up action. So they get back to our guy. They're like, look, dude, we talked to everybody. This is what you got to do. If you just do this, you'll be okay. And I think, what was it? He spent money on something.
Like his mother's hip. Like
Yeah.
stuff like that. He's like, what am I supposed to do? Go take my mother's hip?
Mm-hmm. And Ben's like, you know what? I don't believe this. So what we're going to do is we're going to see about it. They're looking. He's got his sister in there to look at the video of the surveillance footage. And she's like, well, she gives a reason of how they can do it by timing and some tech stuff. But again, it's a very far-reaching concept that like what is the purpose of it? Then you can see this guy's like, he's timing his steps to be under these lights to make them flicker and all kinds of weird stuff. So they're going to kind of try to figure out what's going on with that. Meanwhile, Grace is completely shut down at this point because they just won't let her breathe at all. And David's like calling Kristen, like, hey, what you up to? They're going to have a birthday party for Kristen where the girls are going to go to this little play center. But right before that, there's just so much in these episodes, Dana.
I
Then
know.
we're going to get remember our old good old smack in the face with the French fries he got smacked in the face with?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The girls are watching him because he's on VidTap too. And apparently he goes around and harasses, according to the storyline, he harasses ladies. And they're like, he's just a jerk, Mom. Check
Yeah,
this
he's
dude
a
out.
douche.
And she's like, all right, that's enough of that. It's time to party. And again, Grace works best when she's, they say when she's around kids in the sense that she's just not so, I don't know, there's, I guess, the innocence or something. It's closer to God. I don't know.
It's when she's her happiest.
Yeah. And so that's what they're doing. They're going to do the birthday party. It's a tradition in the family since this one was young. So they're going to have their pizza at this play center. And Grace is there with them. And of course, this one here just attaches a little bit to Grace, is asking about her dad. When is your dad going to come home? Is he going to be okay? And she's like, yes, your dad will be here
I think next Thursday. Yep.
Or this Thursday or something like that. And she's like, okay. So they jump into the ball pit. They're having a good time. And Grace gets her visions. And it is this interesting flower. And I don't even know what it means, to be honest with you. I don't even completely know exactly what flower this is. But I'm sure it's interesting. Even though, because to me it's got ruins on it, even though they're not, I don't know if it's meant to be ruins, but almost like ruins around it. So I'm not even sure.
I'm not either.
But they are pleased. And David explains that, you got to work with her. You can't make her work, to what you want. You're going to have to work with her. And that's just the way it is. If you want her to, to be able to do this work.
Yep.
Kristen, her little margaritas, finally gets a moment to sit down and look at Kurt's book. And it is,
backwards.
And it's all kinds of fun. And she is just like, what in the world, Kurt? What the hell is wrong with you?
And she's like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
There's a look on her face is like, but then I like how the daughter comes down and figures it out. She looks at it in the mirror. And she thinks it's like some game.
I see. There once was a lonely mother who lived in a mansion with her 4 beautiful daughters. A wave of scarlet fever has hit the city, and no one is safe. The year is 1890, and death has touched almost every family, far and wide, including the one in the story. The daughters weep as they watch deaths, and that's all we get. So that's kind of creepy, though.
It is. They thought of you.
I know. I'm glad that I get to just wreak havoc on fucking families. Nice.
They're letting you loose on the world.
Oh, Lord. No.
They're releasing you onto the world.
Oh, God. No. Yeah, so the daughters, they figure it out. The little girl does. And she's going to go upstairs. They all get to read it and have a good they enjoy the story, to say the least. Girls liked it. But meanwhile, Ben gets a security breach because he is, he's now able to watch the guy. He's giving him access to cameras and everything. And it's so bad because this thing comes in here and just like starts manhandling this dude a little bit. He's walking up on him and it's creepy, and it kind of cuts out. And Ben runs, and tries to get here as fast as he can. And by the time he gets there, the guy's dead.
Yes.
And they're just trying to figure out like what happened. And he's like, I don't know. And they're kind of sad. Kristen's been a little down. And they're talking about the case. I'm assuming the case is over since, God's dead or whatever. But they're like, okay, well, Kristen, you know what? You still got to be happy tonight because they're doing a double bubble birthday party. I didn't know that there was a thing as a double bubble, but I learned all about it in this episode, Dana. So we're going to do a double bubble for Dana, too. We're going to do it evil style. We're going to do a double bubble. We're going to do one little birthday party.
Hell yeah.
Because,
Let's go. It's going to be a weekend event.
So that it's the holiday after the holiday.
Yep.
And who doesn't love to celebrate? Like Mom here meets Grace, and Grace immediately knows all of what that mom is vibing. Terrible.
Oh,
vibes.
yeah. She just the look on how quick it changes on her face. Like she's talking to her and then she's like, oh, yeah, I'm being told things about you, lady.
Yeah. And she gets, this is good because Grace is going to mess Leland up real bad. They're talking about the candy salad. We're having fun. And Grace just is like, they're talking about their daughters, and she's telling, Kristen that Lexi was going to be okay, basically. As long as you keep protecting her, she'll be okay. You got to protect her. You got to keep her safe.
Mm-hmm.
And she gets a premonition and a vision from God of this cabinet, this particular cabinet here. And that's when our good spy, Cheryl, peeps it.
Fucking Cheryl.
And she's going to let Leland know about it. And Leland panics a little bit. Or actually, Cheryl's panicking a little more than Leland. But yeah, she was panicking. And of course, everybody's at the party. The sister's there. And they're talking. And the sister's been kind of down. There's just so many characters now that's got all these little side stories going on. There's so much going on in the show now.
Yeah. And I think they started to discuss the case again. Yeah.
Because I believe she did the stock tip, and she's like, look, this thing's actually coming after me now. So they're like, all right, I guess the case isn't over. And I think they give it to Ben. Ben takes it from his sister.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to meet the little demons, ghost shadow dude. We got Cheryl. She's trying to let Leland know shows him the image. Says, what do you think it looks like? And this is the cabinet in his room where Andy's hidden. So he's about to take care of Grace. Because he's like, yeah, I know all about Grace. She's bad news. So, yeah, we're going to take care of Grace, which is sad ending on this.
I'm going to handle that.
It was sad. So, Ben gets stalked, and he is being rightfully stalked now.
Yep.
We got Kurt.
And he doesn't know, what to think.
No, because this thing, creeps up on him. He walks up on it, and it walks backwards, and then it starts walking forward on him. And at first, Ben's like, okay, it's just something weird. But when it started walking back on him, he's like, okay, I'm running. I'm gone. I'm out.
I'm out. Fuck this shit. I'm out.
Mm-hmm. And Kurt, he's feeling kind of, he wants that muse there 24/7. He's a little greedy, to be fair.
Well, that's the addiction of it.
He's taken a long way.
Kurt's become full on crackhead.
He is. It's a long fall down for him. And he is
pretty much
head first.
Told you, crack is whack.
I'm telling you. So, but he gets rejuvenated when he calls to ask for Kristen, and he gets one of the daughters. And she's like, oh, yeah, you're Kurt. You're the one who did the story. Oh, yeah, we loved it. And we love that one part about the girls and the murder. And, you got to make sure you finish it for us. And he's like, really? You enjoyed it? Oh, well, thank you. I'll make sure I give you a personal copy.
He's like, oh, I'll give you a signed copy. Mm-hmm. He's all happy.
Still freshly cut and open them hands.
Look at it. It's like, telling you, fucking addict.
Gross.
Like, I get it. I get that feeling of when, like, you're writing,
Mhm.
but dude,
Oh, this is funny,
dude.
Data. Sorry. I can't help it. I've been waiting for this part of the episode. When Kristen takes on, because she's all like, "I'd give me the what is it, the trade tip
Give me
or
the stock tip. Boop,
she
boop.
gets
Oh, look,
it.
I bought me some shares.
Boop boop. I'm now. Yep. Bloop bloop. Here we go. Got me some 100 shares in DF.
I know
Global
exactly what I'm going to do with this.
Solutions, which is like a multi-conglomerate corporation. It's like real estate, Bitcoin, just all kinds of random.
I bet you it's that, what was it? That coin.
It is. It's the, yeah. I said Bitcoin, but theirs is called Macau,
Thank
or
you.
whatever.
Yep, macabre.
There's something like that. Yeah. it's something. But yeah, so she's gonna end Kristen's gonna end the what is it? The chain, so to speak, with our friendly little guy that she got in the
Our
in the grocery
neighborhood
store.
douchebag. Yes.
He's like, "What are you?" She's like, "Great, you're here. What are you doing here?" You gonna give me some more? She's like, "No, I just got a nice stock tip for you, bud."
How would you like some stock advice?
And leaves it at that. And they don't show him. We're just left to think that he just basically ends up getting murdered somehow.
Pretty much.
And then this is sad. So Grace, like I said, they portray her very much so as Grace, and not just in name, but in
yes, wearing white, purity. Yeah.
And she's praying, she's setting up to go to bed, and she starts almost pretty much having visions of what Leland's doing, and she knows Leland's coming for her. And in her visions, she saw Leland killing her. She didn't see anybody saving her, and she was pretty sure he was coming just for her. Nobody else was gonna, like she didn't know that the father or the Monsignor was gonna die. And he's literally, Leland's trailing up here like, "Grace, I'm coming." Getting closer, the whole way up to the
very
top of this little tower.
shining-esque.
Mm-hmm. And he does. He pops that door open, gets right behind her, and Monsignor comes behind and saves her. And she tries to help, but Monsignor does not make it. And Leland's even stabbed.
Yeah.
And he's running away in pain. And she's heartbroken because she's even tells David, I think in the next episode we're about to get into, like, she's never felt more blind in her life. So very hard. It's very tragic.
Yes. It was very sad because, like, she just, and he's a character we've had for 3 seasons. Like, he wasn't the best, but, like, I think he had good intentions. And it was very sad when the other father comes and finds him and has to see him dead, and it was heartbreaking.
Oh yeah, it's definitely very sad ending of the episode.
Yes.
But that was the Demon of Money. And it's very sad because they're really, they're giving us a lot in these last few episodes to absorb into, and how everything's sort of connecting together.
Yeah.
But they still give us, Kristen giving a stock tip to that dude. I was like, oh God, really?
That was great. I actually stood up and cheered when that happened. I was like,
whether she believes it's real or not, she's like, either way, it's fine.
Yep.
We'll prove it. You know what? If this helps you feel better and it helps him feel bad, we're good.
Pretty much. Don't worry. I got something for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, guys, this is it. The last episode of season 3 before we can dive into season 4 coming soon.
I know. I'm so excited.
I know. And this is such a heartbreaking episode because it starts off from where we left off with with our Monsignor dead. And of course, all Andrea and all the nuns and preachers and stuff there are just, they're crying. They don't know what to do. They haven't even called the police yet because Grace, her status is still questionable. They don't have clear cut on her immigration status, so they have to take her away. And she's basically telling David, "Don't give up. You still got this. Like I feel bad. I just haven't been any more blind, but I know you still got to trust in yourself."
Yeah. And now they're like, I think they said they're going to take her to the Vatican, or they're going to take her to Rome.
Somewhere safe, yeah.
So
And
I wonder if we'll
then-
still get that trip to Italy. Because I
We
know
might.
at one point in one of the episodes when they was dealing with the UFO, they was going to take them all to the Vatican. So
Mhm.
that would be interesting if we get a little trip to the Vatican.
Yeah, who knows? We'll see. Season 4 right around the corner. But yeah, this was
Aw.
sad. Again, he was real
This-
good friends.
this
These
broke
two
my
were
heart.
real good friends, and it hurt him. And he even said, after this, he cries and he tells him, like, we're gonna get right into work, but not before we get to see Leland addressing his wounds. It's playing this music in the background too. It's always just the most fabulous thing ever. He's just so happy with himself because he's still happy that he got somebody at least.
Pretty much.
A little too happy with himself.
A little too happy, gives himself a nice little happy ending.
He does. He's a little creep.
Really. Creep.
But yep, our new Monsignor, which I believe that's what they said, he's going to be the new Monsignor in season
Mhm.
4. So he's basically going to be replacing our former Monsignor, and he is ready to get on the case to get his mind off of the tragedies that have unfolded. So we are going to get on to it. And they're just kind of randomly looking at files, and they get one, and he's like, all right. And they're like, look at the address, and it's next door to Kristen's house.
Mm-hmm. Because I guess the little girl that they was friends with in the zombie episode moved. Because wasn't that
Yep.
the neighbor?
Yep. Mm-hmm. I think they moved, and this is the new neighbors.
Or maybe they didn't, because weren't they allowed to look out the window and see each other? So I don't think their houses would be attached.
That's true. Yeah, that's right. I think so, yes. I think her house must be in the back. The front.
Or on one of the sides.
Yeah. Yeah, they get there, and they get to meet the neighbors. And she's talking about how the house is basically demonically possessed, I believe, right, Dana?
Yeah, I think she's like, they hear weird things, they hear weird noises in the wall. Then I think one of her kids was talking to somebody in like the radiator or the vent. And like a bunch of just weird shit is going on. But Kristen's all impressed as she like walks through the house. I wish I could have my house this clean. Look at all the nice white walls.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. This is
So-
creepy, though.
It is. I'm trying to remember this episode.
Yeah, they so they're going through the house, and she's kind of like explaining, I think, these weird noises they keep hearing everywhere.
Yep.
And they're like the plumbing, and they're going through, and she's kind of showing Kristen like the house, and they're saying, okay, this is how is it adjacent to her house, and they're showing videos of stuff they have recorded, and mostly it's sounds that they hear.
Yes.
But the daughter's room, I think, is their bedroom, and the other house's kids' bedroom are adjacent to each other or whatever. So they share that wall with the closet. And when it gets creepy, really, is when they get to the bathroom. Because remember, Kristen's toilet got blood in it. It's got the eyeball in it. It's has all kinds of weird stuff going on with it.
Yep. The weird ass plumbing.
Well, she describes the same sort of thing. And Ben and Kristen look at each other like, all right, maybe it's how we said something. And David's even like, why are y'all looking like that to each other? Is something going on? And
Am I
she's like-
missing something?
She's like, yeah, there was some blood in my toilet one day, but Ben came and fixed the plumbing. It was no big deal. I didn't think nothing of it. And he's like, yeah, I did see an eyeball. I just didn't tell you. He's just like, I didn't tell you. I just walked out. I was like, what?
Yeah, they're like, oh, we're sorry we didn't share this bit of information with you. My bad.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, but not sorry.
Yeah, Kristen, she's freaking out because she knows, like she said, nobody wants to say, this came from your house, lady. You trying to
Right?
blame it on somebody else.
And I love when they call the little nun, like, can you come check shit out for us?
Mm-hmm. But yeah, she gets her daughters because the room is messy and the neighbors has such a clean house. So she's like, all right, kids, time for cleanup. And I'm going to talk to the oldest. What's going on with these sounds? Have you heard anything? And she's all like, no. But, you know, their daughter's been creeping out Lex. Or was it Lexi or Lex? I forget one of them. Or Laura, maybe?
I think so. I think it was the littlest one.
Okay. And she was like, yeah. Yeah, it was her. Yeah. So she's like, and she was kind of creeping her out. So she's investigating, and she brings in daughter 2. And daughter 2, all that energy. She's got the most daughter energy of them all. And she's like asking her about the situation. And she's like, yeah, you know, I think she said her name was Crystal.
Something like that. And then she goes to the neighbor, and the lady's like, I don't have a daughter. I have 2 sons.
Yep, and this thing's telling her to go down to the kitchen and put a glass on the counter so she's basically like a ghost, the way it sounds. To make it move or some kind of demon. Yeah, she does. I love it because she goes over and then she goes back home and gets this like crumb cake thing.
And she takes it out of like the Entenmann's box.
Like she homemade baked this shit, went next door to give it to her. Yeah, but yeah, she was like, oh, I think, you know, your daughter's talking to my daughter. She's like, no.
Yep, I have 2 sons, lady. I ain't got no daughter.
But the kids got it all cleaned up, and Mama's happy, but she listening in the vent too. She like, because they was supposedly talking through the vents.
Yep.
Oh, they were getting ready for the dad call. That's right. And that is when tragedy hits.
Yes, when the guy picks up the phone and then she kicks him out of the room, and the guy says that he was in that fake avalanche.
Mm-hmm. Remember him, guys? Or Edward?
There he is.
The girls don't believe it. At least she definitely does. She's like, no, Grace told me.
Yep.
He's coming back. She does. She's not lying. This is Leland.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, go beetle bump him or whatever they do.
And then they hear the dinging. They hear the dinging in the background of what's his name's call.
He does it. He's like, he looks. He's like, what in the world? And I love Grandma in the background trying to play decoy or trying to, you know, keep the girls from screwing up what's going on because she knows girls are smart. And she's like constantly trying, let's go eat pizza, And they run in and they're like, no, it's Leland, turn it off, Mom. It's not really them. It's not really Dad. And Cheryl just is panicking, and she calls them and says, whatever you're doing, stop it right now. The girls are on to you. They bumped you through, you know, Bumblebee app while you were on the voice call with Kristen. And they're just like, oh. And he's just so, first he's pissed and he just starts laughing. And they're like, kids, what you gonna do with them? Start singing like this song. Why can't kids be like we used to be?
But it was literally
body.
It was literally this moment that they saved their father's life.
Yep, because they're about to go take him out, and they say, "No, we're gonna have to redo this plan B."
Pretty much.
And Kristen's thinking that he's still dead because she doesn't know what's going on. So she's called David and everybody, and they're all, you know, trying to come and support Kristen. And he's doing his prayers. While he's trying to pray for Kristen, little demon Kristen comes out and is just being all blasphemous. And he is not happy.
Nope. And isn't this also when little nun lady gives him the mosquito net? Like, here, you got a bug.
Yeah, I think she does end up handing it to him. No, Ben stayed the night with them too, because he stayed like right outside their room, I think.
Yeah. And then she comes out and sleeps with him. It's really cute.
Mm-hmm. And Kristen prays to God that if Andy comes back, she'll take the girls to church more, be more involved, you know. Kind of things you think people say in prayer when they're, you know, really down.
Yeah. And for Kristen to turn to prayer. Like, you know, she's desperate right now.
Oh, yeah. And she gets a knock the next morning, thinking it's Andy, and at first it's David. And he's coming to, I believe, just check on her.
Yeah,
but he
making
comes
sure
as
she's good.
But he comes as his priest self.
Yeah, because he's
Remember-
like, in case you need to talk to me, or
Mm-hmm.
like, no, I'm here for you, and
And she's just broken.
yeah.
But then she gets another knock on the door, and it's Andy. He's just miraculously back somehow. I mean, because he was all the way up in the mountains under a avalanche like the day before, but he was able to make it back like the next day.
Yeah,
Because
she's
he was
like,
even down the street.
I just have to touch you to see if you're real.
Like, I would have already been questioning because he came back too fast. Like, even if, dude, there's no way you would have had bruises on you if you actually were in
Yeah, right?
some kind of scratches, something. He was too pristine.
He was too healthy.
Oh yeah. And everybody's acting happy. Even Cheryl, she's putting on a good fakery here. Up until he sees something on the refrigerator. Grace's little drawing reminds him of Leland's sort of time with him. And he goes in basically like a seizure for a second. Or he kind of like blacks out and faints, sort of. It's weird. He's kind of just like there, but not there.
Yes.
And they're just thinking it's part of the amnesia that he's got from, what happened to him from the avalanche, quote unquote avalanche. And she's just happy that he's back. So, like, he's going to be resting, and she's just trying to, I don't know, she's just really just happy he's back. So she's really not thinking about any of the details or anything like that.
Yeah, she's just happy to have him back.
Mm-hmm. And she's even talking to your boys, letting them know we're good now, everything's good.
Yeah,
This is
Cheryl
creepy.
loves him so much now.
It's
They're
so creepy.
besties.
I know, they're just friends. And
Even
this
Kristen's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, what the
know.
hell?
Because she was like in the middle of talking to him, and he totally like ignores her to talk to Cheryl, which is weird. Almost like he wasn't really him anymore.
Right?
I wonder what they did to him. Like, I wonder if they put some of their own blood in him or something. I don't know. I don't know what they've been doing in Leland's cabinet of mystery.
Leland's cabinets of curiosities.
Yes. But then he grabs his lady and takes her upstairs because they're missing of each other.
Yep.
And this is where David gets his net.
She's like, use it. Use it.
You need it. It's fine. And they're still hearing stuff. Or no, she wakes up. That's right. She wakes up because Annie's not there. And she comes downstairs and finds him in that part that they're building or whatever onto the addition they're adding or whatever.
Yep.
And they find this weird little, where the hell did this come from, Dana?
I don't know.
It's just weird. It gets even stranger the next morning.
Pretty much.
Because, this is where we get the nun. And for some reason, it's like something about, it's like a prophecy up until the point where it says hell and fire, brimstone and Andrea or something like that. It was just like Andrea's name was just thrown into this like elaborate prophecy or something.
And she said it's like 3 different languages like meld into one or something like that. It was really fucking weird.
And I'm assuming this has something to do with Leland. I don't know how, but maybe Cheryl wrote this shit. But it looks like it's written in blood. It looks like it's written in human blood, maybe. And of course, it's targeting Andrea. That's why I assume Leland, because Leland's trying to, he don't like her.
Not
but
at
it's funny.
all.
Because she's like, why does your house want me? And they're just like, what? So she's going to sort of see if there's any like demons in the house and she can get rid of them. The girls come home and they're like, oh, look at this lady. This one right here wants to be a nun. So she's going to kind of tell our nun lady, trying to see what it's all about.
And she's like, you need to speak to your mother about this.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, you need to go talk to your mom.
And here we get to see all the demons that we have in Kristen's house, guys. So we got this one. Remember, the one that we think could either
telling
be a
you that's the cat. I'm telling you that's the cat.
I still think it's the doll. And I think it's the Eddie doll demon.
I don't know. It acts more animal like. It's like curled up and
A
like.
little gremlin looking goblin dude.
I'm telling you, I think that's the cat.
It could be. I still call it the doll. We may never know. Hopefully they'll tell us. Who knows? What do you guys think? Is it the doll? Is it the kitty cat?
I think it's the kitty cat. That cat was not normal.
Mm-mm. I just
Not
thought it
normal
wasn't.
at
I
all.
thought it wasn't normal because of Kristen, like it was reacting to her. But it could have been the kitty cat. You know, we got these little things that came out of Kristen's belly just kind of hanging around.
Ugh. Ugh, yeah, that's the belly demon baby thing.
Andrea, she's going around and smacking them with the shovel and just taking them out. The girl can't see them, of course. Only, it's just Andrea can see the demons. And she's like, what are you doing? Killing demons? Okay.
Okay.
Look, see? Even the elevator demons here. See? They're all here congregating.
Yeah. And Andrea's like, David, they're shit in that house. Go do something.
Look, does this not look like the baby that we saw? The baby demon, the one that his David's dad's baby mama?
Yep.
What the hell
sure
that thing
does.
doing here? I thought that thing.
It sure does. That looks like David's baby brother.
I swear. What is it doing there?
Teeth and all.
The creepiest crypt keeper looking thing I've ever seen.
That shit is horrifying.
We got George hanging around.
But George is out though.
Look, that's the
I
boot
love how he
demon.
like speeds away.
Was that George or the boot demon? Because I think
I
George.
think that
runs
was
through,
George.
But I think he already runs through, and then we get the boot demon and this demon.
I think that's the demon from the video game.
This is the one from it's either the cannibal one or the road demon.
Oh yeah, the one with the wings. Yep.
Yeah, this one
But they're
I think
all there.
I thought this one was the boot demon. But
Possibly.
But it was hard. They kind of walked through there really quickly.
Yep, but they was out.
But we get a better. And this one here is the one, the marriage one demon.
They was like, I know you ain't hitting us with that shovel.
Mm-mm. So yeah, she's like, yeah, I killed about 4 or 5. You still got about 20 of them in there. Y'all need to handle
Pretty much.
Take care of it.
Yep.
And then we get the sad news that she's like, Kristen, that wasn't your baby. They lied.
Your egg is still out there.
Yep, they got to reveal where the baby's at. We got to get the baby. And we got the DNA report that was not her DNA. And this is the only thing they have is an address. She looks up that address and finds out where it is. She goes there the next day. But this was really crazy, though. Before she even goes there, her daughter's walking down the steps. It's like, hey, Mom, I want to be a nun. What you think?
She's like, fuck no. She's like, you ain't going to be no nun. Get out of here.
I know, she was not happy with her. And then it really upset her because I think she just got done praying, saying, oh, I'll let my kids go to church and all this kind of stuff. And now she's regretting what she prayed for because she was she's like, I was desperate, but this, I didn't really want, this is not really what I meant.
Yep.
And this is where David, again, he's going to see his little girlfriend, even Kristen, and he gets fed up. And this is where he decides, I think, to get ready to put the net up. It's tonight.
Yes. He's about done with her.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Yeah, this was sad.
He's so sad. I know. He put the flowers there for him and everything.
I still think if they wasn't priests, they'd be together. I think they loved each other.
It's possible. And this is funny because he just got done seeing his little demon lady, and he thinks this Kristen is demon Kristen.
Yeah, he's just trying to make sure. Like, I gotta.
And he even touches her face and has his face, and he's like, "Oh shit, I'm sorry, wrong person."
He's like, my bad, okay, you're a real Kristen.
It was so funny. She was even kind of thrown off. And he's like, yeah, I'm done with you. I'm done with this other Kristen. I gotta put my net up. I'm done with this. And she's there, and she's getting all pissed off because she can't do her thing, and she like disappears.
Yep, it's like the net actually worked. Like she's been repelled.
So Kristen's gonna go and find her baby egg, and she's like, yeah. She goes up to the desk and says, I don't know what I'm looking for. Something of mine got mailed here. And she's like, the lady's like, well, let's see. We'll call, the mail office and see what's up. And that's when Kristen peeps the DF or the daffodil symbol, which they had already used.
Yep. And then she follows
Yep.
it like up to the elevator, and it was just like big reveal. Mom Duke still fucking you over there, Kristen. Mom Dukes is still a fucking bitch.
Oh, yeah, she is. Oh, God, it was so bad. Because they're going back and forth between Kristen at this office and her house where Andy is walking in and seeing the demons and the Antichrist sort of like nativity scene in their addition on the house. And there we have all of our little demon friends. So we have
All
George.
demon baby, the
We
sex
have
demon.
George's other counter sex demon. We got the marriage demon. We got the
Abby.
Jen. Yeah, we got Abby. There's the possible. I believe this is the road demon. That or the cannibal one. I can't completely.
Yeah,
tell.
one of the ones with the wings.
We got management. Behind George here is that other demon, the boop one. I believe you can't quite see his head because there's two of them here. And then we got management and this other guy. I don't know if we've seen him before or not. So lots of. And the Antichrist baby. Oh,
Pretty
and
much.
here is David's demon. The bug.
Oh yeah, there it is.
So they've just all congregated for the Antichrist. There it is. It's beautiful about
Praise
baby.
Jesus.
That ain't Jesus, baby. Kurt's there. It's just a beautiful moment. All these guys are here to celebrate. And they're like literally simultaneously celebrating with Leland as Leland like is presenting as the father of this child, and David. All these are these scenes are happening like simultaneously. At the end, David's seeing this. He's seeing the angel of what was it again? The angel of the beginning.
Protection or something. I think
she's
she
the
was
angel of
something that had to do protection.
And I know she also has to do with the angel of the when we get to the book in a minute, it's like that. You get the demon of the end and the angel of the beginning or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
And she's the one warning him 38 days to Babylon. That's how many days till the baby's born. I believe it's either 38 days or 28 days. But the days that she says the woe to Babylon is talking about the baby and how many days till it's born.
Yep.
I believe they revealed that in the trailer, season 4 trailer. But yeah, so we get there. Kristen's mom puts down some presents. So Kristen's seeing her mom for what she is a little bit more now. This is the surrogate that has her baby. And this is Leland, the father. And we're just going to make great parents, aren't we?
So great.
Yeah. So we get the ending, we get the demon of the end and showing all of its glory, as well as the book literally flips over and turns upside down, and we get the pop-up book of the angels, and that is the angel of the beginning. And it shows this beautiful butterfly, which is on some of the, I believe this butterfly or similar butterflies also on one of the 60 demonic seals maps. The blue kind of moth, the blue moth butterfly, I think is what it is.
I believe so.
Yeah, so there she is, and she is letting you know there's still hope to not give up, because with the end comes the beginning. So that is the end of season 3, and it leaves you off really like, oh my gosh, like I've been waiting so long for season 4 because I cannot imagine what is Kristen gonna do? Like, oh my god, I'm so livid. And there's just so much stuff going on that they have to battle against that are they going to even get to see or know? Like, how much is the characters actually going to know compared to what we're seeing? Because they kind of give us a good glimpse of what's going on for the most part that Kristen and some of them don't really kind of see. So I'm really looking forward to season 4. I cannot wait, Dana. I cannot wait.
I can't either. I'm so excited. And we're getting 13 episodes, so at least it's going to be better than 10.
Yeah, is it 13 or 14? I can't. I know it was around 13.
Yes.
And so, yeah, we're going to get a few extras to help at least. Thank God, too, Paramount will at least let them do that. And it's not just a once, they don't give us a closure for it.
Yeah. It's not going to be one of those series that just ends off that we're like, it's canceled and you'll never know how it's really going to end. They were like, nope, if you're going to cancel us, at least give us this much more episodes and we're going to wrap it up.
Yep. So yeah, guys, like I said, we are excited. I know our next stream we're looking at maybe doing a sort of a call-in or something. So we're going to kind of discuss what we want to look forward to in season 4, kind of break down that trailer a little bit.
Yep.
And kind of see what you guys think, of course, because it's always more fun when more people they kind of come together and talk about what they think about the show. I always love to hear what everybody else thinks. And see what your take is on it.
Yes. And have we decided if we're going to do it at night next Thursday or?
Yes. For the call-in, we'll probably do Thursday night is what I'm shooting for.
Okay. Well, you'll know I'll be there.
So yeah, guys, I'm definitely going to try to set it up for next Thursday. And like I said, we're going to try to do a little call-in, just at least let you guys come on and let us know what you think as we're getting ready for season 4, because it is right around the corner.
Yep.
And I know, man. And we talk about all the little demons and what you guys think is going to happen with not just Kristen and and David and Ben, but all of our other characters. Is Grace coming back? Are we going to still see Grace some more?
Yep.
What is really going to happen with management? Is he the top? Is there something higher than management? What is shenanigans is Leland going to give us this season? We pretty much know he's going to get some shenanigans with this little baby.
The little baby. Yeah.
So it's going to be fun to kind of see how they play this last season out. It's like a season plus because we get the full season and then they gave us a little plus. It's supposed to be like season 5, but it's just the little added on to season 4.
Yes.
But yeah, guys, there you have it. Season 3 of Evil in the bag. And season 4, here we come.
Here we come.
So excited.
Thank
you guys for hanging with us. Always a pleasure. You are all the best chat around. I love hanging with you guys. And of course, with my lovely co-host, Miss Dana Marie.
Oh, thank you. I love hanging out with you too. That's why you're my bestest bestie.
Yeah, guys, we definitely loves hanging out together. We spend probably more time together than we do with other people.
We really do. We really do.
You get a lot of girl talking there. Yeah, it's fun.
Yep. That's what happens when you like people that you like.
Yeah, you just don't know when to shut up. Sometimes we'll be on there forever talking. But
you could put the two of us in anywhere and it doesn't matter. It could be the apocalypse and me and Scarlett are still going to find a way.
You're going to talk.
What was happening?
Yeah. Did you see that? Oh my God, I can't believe that. What did you think it said? What do you think that means? But I know if you turn it this way, Dana, look at this.
Well, I swear between the earthquake, the fucking eclipse, and everything else, I don't know, world's
topsy-turvy.
Fucking insane.
Just a little bit.
It's fucking crazy.
But yeah, guys, it was real good. This is good. This is fun. I enjoy it every stream, guys. I enjoy hanging out and talking about the stuff that we all love to talk about.
Yes.
But
and then don't forget Friday night. We're talking about 80s.
Yep, 80s horror, guys. We are doing 80s horror tomorrow night. If you have it, you can go on Twitter or in Jeremy's Discord and let us know what your favorite 80s horror is, and we will try to discuss them all tomorrow night. I'm shooting for I gotta get my time zones right, Dana. I'm shooting for 8:30 Eastern. So we should be going live around 8:30 tomorrow night. And then, of course, Jeremy's always got stuff going on, so definitely check him out for his pop culture lives and Shogun shows. Me and Dana go on Wednesday nights with him, so always some good talk. I know he's getting back into From, Game of Thrones, all kinds of stuff, guys, that's on the horizon. So, yeah, come check us out.
Yes.
And, of course, next Thursday, we will try to do the call-in Thursday night. I'm definitely going to try to set that up for everybody.
Awesome.
Yeah, guys.
And we're going to have some live D&D gameplay. If anybody wants to watch me kill Crazy Mad, come on and watch me try to attempt to kill Crazy.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Dana's getting ready to fully launch on her channel next month, right around your birthday, I believe.
Yep, all for my birthday, so it's going to be a big birthday bash.
Oh, yeah, guys. So, yeah, we're definitely going to have to check her out when we get ready to start that, and we will be posting stuff always in Jeremy's Discord. So if you're not in there, I don't have it. Yeah, let me see if I can put in there real quick. But yeah, guys, it was fun today. I really did enjoy it. I'm trying to get the invite real quick in there for you guys.
Yes, thanks for hanging. Thanks, Bitey, Percy. Thank you, Crazy Mad, for stopping by. Thanks, Robert, for stopping by. I think Hiawatha stopped by.
Yeah.
So thank you, everybody.
You guys, you are awesome. I'm almost there. I'm just a few clicks away from getting this. But yeah, guys, so go check out Jeremy's Discord. And that is where we usually post stuff about upcoming events, streams, and things that we do in the Discord. So yeah, come check us out. And again, thank you all for hanging with us, and we will see you all on the next one. Bye.
Later, guys.
This cosmic dance of bursting decadence and withheld permissions twists all our arms collectively, but if sweetness can win, and it can, then I'll still be here tomorrow to high-five you yesterday, my friend. Peace.